Thank you, Kevin McLeod, for letting us steal your shit.
Right. I wonder if Batman's ever had takeout or something, or eating while he's in the bat suit and burp.
I mean,
That would be funny to see.
I don't see why he wouldn't, right?
Just eating on a rooftop.
Oh yeah, I'm eating shit. I don't
So,
know.
how are you, buddy?
I'm hanging in here, hanging loose like a long neck goose. Um, I'm just keeping on, kicking wing. How about you?
If we can't hang together, we'll hang separate, right?
Hanging tough.
Tough enough.
Whoop. My sorry, one of my monitor that's on an adapter decides to just sporadically I'm gonna go blank, just for no fucking reason. So
Yeah. So what have you been up to, good sir?
Well, I was telling Ian before the show, I finally committed and ordered a motherboard for my next build. Big
So
ass
we're gonna go through
Jesus.
everything that we went through the show. You gotta start that over again.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah,
Rewound and now.
right. No, just went ahead and ordered. I was thinking about doing a micro ATX, and I decided, fuck it, going to do full on EATX. So this is going to be exciting. Now I got to try to make sure everything's Aora sync compatible. So
Right. But
this
it's
is
still uncertain when you're gonna get the parts. Hopefully you'll get them before the RMA period.
well,
And
yeah. There's that shit. I mean, I'm
but you
gonna at
do
least
have a lot of options as far as what you could get. You could get all the first gen processors. There's like 3 or 4 of those, and all of 8. The second gen. So it's like you have options. It's not like you have to get just one processor for it.
right. Well, I'm gonna probably gonna start off with the first gen because it's gonna be cheaper, and then my goal right now is eventually the 32 core. Um, but I'm not sure when that's gonna be more reasonably priced because already it's like $1,700.
Yeah, you'll have to do a BIOS update.
Well, some of the boards are actually like from what I've read, they're shipping with the newer BIOS already. Because some guys just straight up buy the Gen 2 chips and they work.
Hmm.
And some motherboards support the BIOS flashback, so that helps. How about you,
Yeah, I
sir?
want
What
to
have you
do
been
one
up
on.
to?
I want
Oh,
to
go
do
ahead.
one on my board, but sort of nervous, man.
Yeah, they say it's one of those things you shouldn't do unless you have to. And I might have to, so might as well go ahead and do it.
Right.
While shit's all not working anyway, might as well. It's all or fucking nothing.
Well, in order for you to boot up, I mean, you could probably use your video card currently, even though if it's not that great of a card, it's still should be compatible at least.
That's the other thing. If I if I buy everything except a graphics card, I do have a graphics card I can use.
And the hard drives you were saying you're
Oh yeah,
gonna
yeah. The hard
do that
drives,
either
I'm
way.
just I'm gonna. The only one I want to update is my games drive, my mass storage drive, because mass storage it's 3 terabyte. That's baby drives right now.
Yeah. But basically, you're gonna need RAM, a processor, and then the cooler.
And a power supply, gotta have that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need more than a
And and a
650
case.
or whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, 650. Plus, I'm not gonna go through the trouble of putting everything in a case and then take the fucking shit out because I want to turn this into a server, this FX computer. I don't want it to sit in a closet. I mean, it might once it's a server, but no.
Yeah.
So
But I
it's a
mean,
whole new system.
I'd rather. I'm sure you'd probably rather have it be in the closet for the meantime, so you could at least use something that you got for Christmas.
I mean, I don't know. I don't got nothing yet. I'm
I
hoping to
mean,
get some deals. I've got that's why I keep so many lists open. I every morning when I'm dicking around, I scroll through them and go, "Oh, that's cheaper. Did something go on sale or did they just not update prices?"
cheaper.
Cuz like my RAM on one of them, all the RAM the prices disappeared. So it was like $500 cheaper. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I need RAM."
Well, either way, I'm sure both of your computers are going to be a work in progress because you're still going to always want to be upgrading your server too.
I mean, just, new it'd
Larger
be new
sizes.
hard drives until like I can afford to update and replace because it's a DDR3 system, and for what I'm planning on doing, really ECC is better, but it's also expensive. So that's gonna be later down there. Plus, I want to have an offsite, which is what this is gonna end up being after my next upgrade. Is probably just gonna be offsite storage. So that means I'm gonna have more drives. So this is way, way down the fucking road. When I bought this case, that's what I was thinking. I was like, years down the road, after I get done gaming on it, I want to get some use out of it. What do I want to do? Turn it into storage. Well, that's why it's a case with like 10 drive bays in it with room to put another 5 or 6.
Or are you
So,
going to put it offsite your mom's place?
I mean, that's all you need is a power supply and an internet connection, right?
Yeah.
And really, I'm not, if as long as I do a hard copy of everything, then like, the majority of it like it doesn't have to be everything, but like it can be, the stuff I don't want to bother downloading again if I have to, or burning again or whatever the hell I got.
Or are you going to do a like a cold site backup too, or is it just like a hard drive in a closet somewhere?
No, the externals I have now are going to sit in a closet. But no, like I can fill it up on site while I still have it and then update it over the net with like incremental updates. So, and see, I can VNC into it. So like I think if I just run, well, if it's I don't know, if it's a free NAS server it might be different.
I was like, "Hey, mom, did you fuck with the shit?" No. Oh, I got to come back over. The VNC is not working.
Right? Did you turn it off? Well, yeah, I wasn't using it. I mean, my mom. So, what have you been up to, sir? Me just rambling about my bullshit.
Well, I've been finishing up on some of the LEDs. I have all the soldering work basically done on the strips themselves. Now I just got to make some connectors for them.
Gotta connect to
Um,
strippers.
yeah, that's what I said.
I thought that's what I heard.
Yep,
Tell me what I heard.
LED strippers,
Okay.
some RGB strippers.
Aw.
Um,
They're red and green. Ew.
but no, I have just been busy. I haven't. I still got a lot of work to do on my computer. I was able to put my card in. That took like a few hours because I was having trouble trying to screw it in because the thing is so heavy. I thought I was screwing it in right, but it like the holes weren't lined up for the like where you screw it in onto the bracket or whatever.
Hmm.
And so I figured you have to lift the card up a little bit on one end for the hole to line up. So I
Hmm.
was getting frustrated with that, and uh the the cooler that I currently have that I was going to be taking out for my li- liquid cooler it's like really massive. It's like I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's like, well, let me try to take this off. There's there's the build there. It's like a
Uh-huh.
fourth of the case basically, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I had it on a slot that was right up next to it, and then I moved it down a slot. But yeah, it was like only a it was like half an inch of clearance for my fingers. I had to like remove the RAM sticks just to be able to push on the thing to take out, you know, the on the tab to take out my old video card.
Mm.
So that was a pain in the butt. And yeah, like I cut myself on one of the fins of the cooler.
Mm.
So I have it in there. I haven't tested it yet. I haven't even booted it up just to make sure it turns on, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what I want to do. I want to see if it boots. The problem is I my Windows is still fucked up. The installation
Oh.
like yours was, and I have
Yeah.
to redo that. So it's like,
Uh, yeah, I made a backup, but the thing is I installed a bunch of crap after the backup and I tried back up again. It goes, no. I'm like, it acts like it's gonna do it, and then it goes, error couldn't be done. I'm like, what? Why not? It only took so many gigabytes. I've got terabytes you could throw it on. What? Because I installed it to this drive, so it worked fine. But when I cloned the drive, and then this drive was bigger. All I had to do was extend the partition, and it worked fine. So I was like, oh, okay. But I don't want to have to reinstall everything twice.
right,
Like there was an app I had downloaded that was a paid app, and you can only have it on so many machines. And it's like, oh, you have this on another machine. If you want to deactivate it on that machine, you can, but you have to enter this giant ass code into these like boxes. And I don't want to do that again if I accidentally wipe this hard drive again.
right.
So,
Yeah,
but
I have a lot of stuff to do still. I got to upgrade my power supply for my
oh yeah, you got a free
FX
one,
build. You know, I got that free one because my power supply is only a 550 in there right now,
man. When did you build your FX?
2013, and it
See,
was slowly upgraded.
at the time that was like the new hotness.
Yeah, it was.
I
It
bought
was
my
like, man,
shit.
this is really good.
I bought mine in 2015. That was right before Vega, or not Vega, Ryzen.
Right.
So I'm like, shit. Because I
But I
told her,
mean,
I was like,
it
yeah, I want
still
to build a
has
new
some.
PC. She said, why? I'm like, because I built mine in 2015 with old parts then. The
Well, I
latest
mean,
games are like, nah, son.
nah. So,
Ain't gonna do it. Nah.
well, it's still obviously they still have some use for both of us. I mean, I'm gonna put a 480 in there. I'm gonna put my RGB strips in there, and then the power supply.
I mean, when I turn this into a server, I'm gonna need it because the FX chip doesn't have integrated graphics. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd even boot without a GPU. No.
Well, you could put a you I think you could get an AM3 plus. I thought they had some good all-in ones that were basically the same power as the FX. I thought.
I'm not fucking with that. I'm not even
Right.
taking this chip out. I'm just putting a new. I'm gonna put a USB stick in it and say that's your OS drive now, and call it a fucking day. I'm not tearing this thing apart. I'm open it up, take the hard drives out, put some new ones in, turn it on, say there you go.
Yep.
I don't want to. I'm gonna have to build a computer from scratch already. I'm not gonna want to get my hands dirty. I am lazy, fucking lazy. Now,
Well, also I got to do. I got to still make sure this cooler fits in there, and then put the fans on the cooler
that
and
cracking, right?
make what?
You got that cracking, right?
Yeah, I got the 360 or whatever.
Man,
360 red. Yeah, I
how
got to
you?
see if it even fits in the case, and I got to see if the fans if I have enough connectors on my motherboard because that's what I was worried about was the USB 2 connectors because the fans are going to need one because it comes with a hub, and then I'm
Mhm.
going to need it for the AIO pump and cooler itself.
I spilled beverage on myself.
Ah, man.
Well, the cup, the lid doesn't seal right. It clicks like it does, and then you go to pour a drink, and a little drips out on you, and you get mad. By the way,
Yeah.
speaking of, what y'all drinking on?
I'm drinking on some
I don't
Soda
give a
Talk King.
fuck.
Now that's boring. Soda Talk with Frank and Ian. I should have got that from Urkel and stuck that in there when he's like, "No, that's boring." So, what are you
Oh,
drinking
yeah.
on?
I just got some boring drinks tonight. I got a Mountain Dew
Uh huh.
Code Red, and then got an RC Cola.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Royal Crown.
It was what was on sale.
That's at the store where they don't have Coke or Pepsi.
Well, the prices were pretty expensive lately. I had to get what I could just for this, just for 6 of these. It was like $4.50, I think.
Hmm.
It was almost as expensive as the 12 packs were. The 12 packs are like $5.30 or something.
I've cut back on my soda. I try not to drink it at all during the week, and then on the weekend I drink Mountain Dew.
Well, you got to have your Baja Blast from Taco Bell. That's like,
I had that today, and then in this I got Game Fuel, the cherry slash citrus flavored.
oh, the one that's basically that's like permanent now, huh?
I mean, it went away and it came back. It was like the best one, I think,
Oh, really?
for the Game Fuels. I think so. And then I got I've had a surge over here on standby that I'm afraid to touch because if
Why?
I, well, okay, it's not that I'm afraid to touch it. Like I have this mug I fill with ice downstairs, and when I fill it with ice, I fill it with a drink that I have downstairs. So I come up here. The can for Surge has been up here for like 3 weeks, and I already have ice in here. So like when it runs out, I'm like, well, I've already drank an entire Mountain Dew. I really don't need to drink a big ass Surge, and then hate myself in the morning because my body goes, "What the fuck did you do?" Like I feel like
Yeah.
I got fucked by a train. Like when I used to drink, that's what it's like, a big hangover. My body's like, "Oh my god, man!" Like they shook me like a beach towel, and I'm like, just I can't do it. I only drink soda on the weekend. I don't even drink coffee in the morning anymore.
Hmm.
But like, I mean, I'll have like I had an orange juice the other day for breakfast because everyone's getting colds. Get some vitamin
Oh,
C
okay.
going. Um, and I got
Did
like
you have a
water
good?
from the toilet,
Oh yeah, good old water from the toilet.
toilet water. Because you want to drink some. I need to get more 7 Up cherry because I like cherry flavor, and I want something that's not cherry balls is delicious. Cherry ice is aight, but man, I can't just pound them like that. My body can't do it.
Yeah, I guess the cherry 7 Up would be the closest.
Yeah, and it's 7 Up. It's not. Anyway, would you like to get?
How was your
What?
Thanksgiving though? First, I wanted to ask you about that.
Oh man, I didn't eat nothing for. I didn't have breakfast this morning because I was too full. I went to the cafeteria to get a knife and fork for my leftovers that I brought for lunch, and I went down to the cafeteria, and the smell of food made me sick.
Oh man, you had to
Yeah,
work today.
yeah.
I thought usually most people get the Thursday and Friday off.
Nah,
My dad did.
if we have a holiday, we got to work like either the day before or the day after to get the PTO. It's stupid, and even holidays, our time off comes out of our PTO.
What?
Hmm. Yep, they screw us.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Not work there?
And
You
my
acquire,
parents were.
well, you accrue PTO, but the more you work, the more PTO you get. So,
Hmm.
but anyway, would you like to get into some
Did you hang
Battlestations?
out with Ben though?
Nah,
Oh, you didn't go with, what did you do?
We went to my in-laws. We'll probably go see Ben and my mom for like Christmas
That's cool.
because that's right around the corner.
Yeah. Do you usually, what do you usually do for gifts and stuff? Do you get exchange with Ben and stuff?
I mean, if I see something that I go, yeah, he'll dig this shit, but usually not because we're poor. Like,
Did I tell you what I'm doing for my parents?
no, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna be oh, me and my dad are gonna have a project to work on because they want LED strips in their
Oh,
under their cabinets and stuff, like the color changing ones and
uh
everything.
huh, uh huh.
And so I told him I'd help them do that. I took some measurements over there yesterday when I was over for Thanksgiving, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, basically they're gonna need about 3 rolls of strips because they have there's like 3 sets of cabinets. So then
Mm.
they're gonna do it on top and on the bottom underneath, you know.
Oh, and they're gonna do color changing.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them the warm white and then the RGB with it.
Yeah, because they're probably gonna want white. Like white is not really white with RGB. It's gotta be RGBW.
Yeah, and if they want to make it a little bit cooler of a white, they can turn the RGB white on, and that'll balance it out too.
Mm.
But it's gonna be a project because I we gotta figure out how much wire we're gonna do. I gave Dad some paracord so we could do some kind of, we can make measurements to see how much wire we need to go between this strips. Because what he's gonna do is he's gonna like drill into the cabinets because the he's gonna have to go from the tops of the cabinets are gonna be connected to the bottoms.
Mm.
So and they're gonna be all there. You see, there's a section of cabinets by the refrigerator, and then a
Mm-hmm.
section above the oven, and then they have a separate countertop area that has cabinets too. So they're gonna do like 3 power supplies, but you'll be able to control them all with the same remote.
Yeah, because that's just all the same.
Yeah.
As long as you
So
have it in like a different area, you just point it at one, point it at the other, point it. You don't want to accidentally
right.
change one while pointing at the other. I found
I
out my remote for my TV also kind of controlled my light, so I want to try
oh
to.
yeah.
But my TV's over here, the light's over there. So really, that was just because I was lazy. And I'm used to having the Roku remote, which is Wi-Fi. You can point it behind you and change the fucking channel. So you don't even gotta like make your arm in this uncomfortable position of pointing. You can just be like scratching your back. And just, "Eh." But but
But
yeah,
I
that's
told him
cool.
I showed him they did. If he wants to upgrade in the future, they do make like touch things that you can install in your wall to control it too.
Wow.
That's like real fancy though. But they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna they're gonna be retiring soon, and they're probably gonna move out of state, and they're gonna sell the house. And he said that the lights will probably help with the value a little bit because it'll be kind of modern, and they're gonna leave the lighting in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make it pretty nice. We're gonna drill holes and then use some like wire or something to measure how much slack we need to give because you want a little bit of extra slack for wire. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah, I just like if I find something that so that's the thing about my family or like my even my in-laws, we're all grown-ups. If you're a little kid, it's easy to buy some little cute thing that they want that because they can't fucking buy it. Their kids. You're a grown up, it gets harder to shop for shit because I want this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go get it, and you fucking buy it, and then you talk about, yeah, man, I got this. It's badass. And then your friends go,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna buy one. Then that's badass. And that's next thing you know, everyone's got one. No one fucking needs it. So you like, I think someone was asking me, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, fucking money. My wife's like, but there are things. My wife's like, there are things you want. You could have told them that. I said, no, I'll buy my own shit. Because then I get stuck with the thing that they think I want, and it's not the right thing. Like when I was first getting into computers, my mother bought me a zip drive because I told her that's what I wanted. She gave me a bunch of floppy disks with it. Didn't work. So, but it's new technology. She didn't know. But would you like to
Yes.
get into battle stations, sir?
Yeah. I guess so. You've been bugging me about it, so because we started pretty late, so it's like
God damn if we didn't.
Yeah.
Station. Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations. Station. Station.
Whoop. You there?
Yeah.
Okay, it froze on my end here because
Uh,
I think Vivaldi doesn't like to do Hangouts too much. But if I don't do it through Vivaldi, I can't share my browser window. Like when I joined the chat, I had to keep clicking yes over and over. And then now to screen share, I had to click share, and now it's like not responding. Motherfucker. I'll be right back.
okay. There. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing for my parents. So I'm gonna I've got to do the cut up the strips and the sections, obviously, and then um for the connectors at the ends, I'm gonna be soldering them like I'm doing for my computer case. And yeah, because the solderless connectors, those are like they're just so unreliable. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing. Let me see if I could get one to show you guys. Um, yeah, here's the one that I got done, and I had to test all these, but yes, see how I soldered that then connectors on there, and then oh yeah, me and my dad are gonna go over to Lowe's to get some more of this metal these metal stripes. I guess it's like $5, I think, for 6 feet of this. I think.
6 feet of wiener. Okay, sorry.
It's okay. I was just telling him I'm gonna be for my parents. I was gonna do what I did for my computer case and solder the end connectors on there because like the solderless connectors, just stay away from those, man. Those are so unreliable because it's like if you touch it, the shit would like flicker a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, it was terrible. I gave up on that like a long time ago. So and I was telling him we're gonna go to Lowe's and get sections of this these metal stripes here.
Mm. Okay,
But
sir. Well, what is your theme
anyways,
this week?
I didn't have a theme. I was
What's
you
a
know
rush?
I was in a rush and I was going just like originally I was thinking about going with for like crazy amount of screens, but I was just going for
Screens.
something that caught my eye.
That's exactly what I did. I found two right away, and I was like, okay, I got one more, and I had to scroll for like 50 before I was like, that's
Yeah,
the
me
one.
too.
So I already opened the second tab with the album here. Let me zoom enhance. Okay. Boy, he went cheap on the desk. Let's hope his equipment is worth it, because that's just a piece of
Uh,
plywood.
well, spoiler alert: the thing that grabbed my attention mainly was just like the room itself.
Oh.
It's kind of a looks kind of like a crazy kind of room. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, let's we'll see.
He has
Um.
different angles, I think.
Hmm. Well, those are those fucking speakers.
Oh, what's wrong with the speaker set? I'm not a speaker guy, so you have to hold my hand on this one.
Okay. I'm trying to.
There's a subwoofer on the desk.
No. I'm trying to tell if that's the name on the. Sorry, I have to zoom enhance if I can. Oh, I can't. I got to do individual. Whoop. Reset. Do an individual here and then zoom enhance. Are they Evan. I don't know. They're so like he's got those isolator things. Okay. I thought this logo might have been a ribbon tweeter because it's so black I couldn't see that there's a tweeter in the front here. And if it was gonna be, first off, my symmetry is tweaking because if these are the logo, the one's right side up, the other one's upside down. I understand he's wanting to have the tweeter pointed at the same spot, but that's kind of why are they sideways? That's not how they go. I see that he's using a TL or TCL TV, which is the one with a Roku built in. So that's something I don't see all the time. Looks like a Corsair tower. Boy, this is an interesting layout. He's got a.
That's what Frank's like about this setup here.
Well, he's got like
this screen.
He's got an IKEA chair, and then these. What the hell, bright ass orange. And I don't know, are those just like acoustic panels on the fucking walls? Well, what am I looking at here? We got another desk. What? Or is that just the same desk? Because it doesn't look this deep on the other picture, right?
Right.
There's his Discord, I think. What am I looking at here? Oh, and he has a lava lamp. Because why not, right?
Why not?
Fucking, I always read books by the lava lamp. That makes it the easiest for reading. Said no one ever. It's unique. Yeah, potato lighting.
Potato lighting.
Yeah, he lit this photo with the potato. Because I mean, look at it. What am I looking at here? I see wood and I see a bunch of black knobs.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
It's a rack with a bunch of shit on it. I'm assuming audio equipment. He got like a Batman mouse here.
I think that's a video I saw once on the internet.
What?
A rack with a bunch of shit on it.
It's not a family show, dog. But still. Yeah, it's okay, so your second setup. If I can get on the right screen. Okay. Oh, well, god damn it. Talk about this setup while I find one to use that's not this one.
Oh boy, here we go. Again, it happened again. Well,
What do you like about it, Ian? Go ahead and tell the folks.
I like the backgrounds.
that it?
No, I like just all the I like the symmetry of it and all the screens.
Yeah, that was my main draw to it, was the surplus of monitors.
And like, what are those? Is that like a tablet and a laptop?
Yes. With the ugliest clamp I've ever seen.
Yeah, what's he got clamped on there? Or what's he using for a clamp?
I mean, it looks like he made it himself, but I don't know. Motherfucker, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, he's got a looks like he's got, it's a Fantex case with the.
I don't know. I'm Samuel Jackson.
Right? I don't know. I'm just some dude on your TV. So. What?
It's Google doing autoplay if you mouse over the search
Oh,
results on Google. That's interesting.
great. So, yeah, he's got like a custom bins on his. I'm assuming it's a water cooled system. It's got LEDs, but you can't tell what the fuck you're looking at. I think those are Corsair fans just because of the rings, but I have no idea. His headphones are just kind of hanging out underneath there. That like a weird looking clamp that looks like he made it himself, and then this board next to it is hideously just like a piece of wood. Like this looks like a
wood?
cross. Yeah, I know this is probably an attic because of the shape of it, but it looks like a fucking crawl space. Yeah. I mean, goddamn that laptop is thin. I think that's actually a probably one of those Surface things in like a dock to make it a laptop. I think, if I had to guess, he's got a thing for his GoPro shit. Got a Nintendo style controller for his Switch, old school NES style, SNES. I'm sorry.
SNES, not NES.
You shut up. No. He's got a picture of his wife and kids, which big deal. I mean, it's alright. Like I wanted to like this. He's got kind of like the same mounts for his, because if you look, that tablet is on the same as his monitor mount here. I guess he's got VR because he's got the sensors and then he's got the controllers dangling off the thing here, but I don't see the headset anywhere. But yeah, I mean, it, like you said, the monitors caught my eye, and I said, "Oh, that's it's." If I had this space, I'd be like, okay, I guess I'll live.
Is that like an attic or something, or is that just
I think so. If I had to venture a guess, it looks like the tracking beacons of the Oculus Rift. You can see the touch controls on the right of the PC and the headset on the top of the PC itself. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Is it really? It's on top of the. Oh, I guess yeah. There's the headset. Okay, now I see it. I had to read the description to find out, or read the comments to see where the fuck the headset was. Not the fan of the covers to the left, but the whole scheme is perfect. Well, dude's got to put his shit somewhere. I mean,
that he does.
And your last setup for the evening, if I can. And see, I'd sent myself shit last week, and then I couldn't find it, and then I got all new ones. And then, let's see here. Oh, okay. I didn't blow it. I saw this one, but I didn't blow it up and actually look at it. Yeah, zoom in here. So that's an ROG graphics card there. Inside of an NZXT case. With looks like their what they call that, their controller for their cards, for their lights. What do they call that? You know what I'm talking about, the thing that takes up a hard drive slot.
Help
me out here. I'm drawing a blank.
What's it? Just, you mean like a hard drive, like cage or something, or like a fan controller or something, or what does it do?
The Hue RGB lighting controller. That's what I was thinking of. The Hue RGB lighting controller is what it's called. Because I just had to Google the shit because I couldn't think of it.
I would not have guessed.
This is probably the Hue Plus. Now that I look at it,
Hue.
Yeah, HUE. Hue Plus.
Yeah, I recently watched a Linus video on how Hue is basically a ripoff.
Yeah, I saw the thumbnail. I didn't watch it. So don't give a fuck.
They also reviewed another brand that was like more expensive. They were like $60, $60 or $70 per bulb.
Wow. Now see, the Hue Plus, you get a box that you plug your shit into. But I don't know. Like I remember watching the review and I'm like, that doesn't seem that impressive. Now this is kind of cool looking though, and of course it doesn't fucking work.
That's what they should make. They should make like a, like a non-proprietary like thing you put in, like that takes up a hard drive thing that's has like 20 or 30 RGB things.
Right. But yeah, it's got a keyboard, a little controller box or something.
Hey, by the way, do you think they have a list online to look up of which graphics cards have an RGB connector on it? Because I couldn't find one on either of the cards, the 2080 or my 480.
The 2080. Really, I think you gotta look at just the description of each card because, like the Asus Strix I was looking at, the you know how I told you they have Aura Sync,
Yeah, that's
or
what
how
this
it
card
pronounced
has too. As
the
I think it's
whoop. Well,
not sure where it'd be though.
one of them has a fan header on the front of the card, so you can hook up either a fan or an RGB strip,
That's
but
what I think
not,
these are here. The
but
two.
like, but not the other one. I can't remember if it was the 2080 Ti or the 2080. I think the 2080 Ti doesn't have it. I don't,
Hmm.
because like the when they a lot of the guys reviewed when they got them, they got both at the same time, and they reviewed it and they're like, yeah, I don't understand. You can see where it's supposed to have it, but it's not fucking there. So I
Was
don't
is
know.
that what these are on the 480? Is two fan headers?
Um,
They're 4 pins.
I think that's all they are on the Strix. You said it's a Strix, right?
Yeah, it's a Strix, but I mean, the 480 they've had RGB out for a while. I thought. I mean,
Um,
I thought the RGB headers on graphics cards have been out for a while. I thought.
hold on, dog. Okay, 480 outshine the competition. Do. Asus Fan Connect features GPU, whatever. Yeah, GPU controller. Yeah, here's a picture of
Hmm.
GPU control. So you could hook some fans up, and your GPU will tell the fans to turn on and off, basically.
Hmm.
Ooh. So some models, not the 480, but I think the later ones they put actual just LED headers on there, but I don't know if that's true or not.
What
You
about
gotta
that?
look.
The Gigabyte 2080. What were you saying about that?
Oh, I don't know.
Uh,
The I know I thought the Strix, like I said, some had it and some didn't. You got to read about each fucking one. I'm sorry about that, but
yeah.
they don't make it easy.
Or are you thinking about if you do go for a 2080, are you gonna try to get have you researched more? Like I know the Oris one, that's the one I got, but it didn't have like it had 6 or 7 available ports, but it was what was it like 4 or 5 of them was only usable.
Yeah, your HDMI and display port.
I don't know
The
if you did more research on what is there any other cards that
well, a lot of
you could
them,
plug a
most
lot
of
more
them,
monitors into.
right? I mean, a 4 is pretty much like the standard.
Is that
But see,
like that's like the limit now for a lot of cards? It seems like.
right, which is stupid. I mean, they're supposed to be powerful, but I guess because they want you to be able to powerful monitors, you might as well only have 4. Like, no,
Yeah.
we're going to do 4Ks, okay? But I want a 4K and a 1080. No. Because I saw the Gigabyte, like the one you got, and I saw all those ports, and I got excited because the Vega card had the same number of ports, and you could use all of them, but it was Vegas, so you were kind of limited with your graphics.
Yeah.
The Strix card I was looking at, see, that's the other thing. I want to make sure I get the one with the most HDMI ports because I only really have I have two monitors that support display port, but only one of them, the display port, is actually fucking working. The other one I found out is broke. So
Well, when it comes to HDMI and DVI, a lot of those are interchangeable as far as being able to get adapters, you know?
yeah, well, I don't want to. I'm just going to do a cable that has one on one end and one on the other because I have an adapter
Yeah.
that's what they call it, an active adapter. So if I want, uh, I can do Ifinity, but then I'm like, why would I want to do that? I got a 49-inch monitor. I don't need to add other monitors to the fucking side or whatever. So I'll just get one with a different cable different plug at the end. Because most of them have like 3 display port and 1 HDMI. Because like we were talking with Floyd, it's kind of the better port. But if you're doing monitor, sure, I have a TV, so and an old monitor that has VGA and HDMI.
Yeah.
Now
Hey, I'm using an adapter that goes from DVI to HDMI. Just a little
yes,
thing you screw into the computer.
I have an adapter for VGA to HDMI or to VGA or from DVI to VGA. I got an adapter from USB to HDMI. Top that mother.
Well, I'm just saying that they seem to work pretty good, though. I mean,
So this is your third station.
yeah. So this was more of a mainstream station. The second one is the crazy station, and the first one was just like a little different, I guess. You know.
Well, the second one had 154 upvotes. Third one had 12. And then the crazy one only had 50. So for yours, it looks like Kung Fu Lemonade won your setup.
Well, I would say that that'd probably be my order is 2, 3, 1.
Yeah, because one is not practical. It's an interesting conversation piece, but that's where it stops. So hit hit me hit me with my
You with your theme song with a whole bunch of lyrics in it.
Station.
oh yeah, that just describes the situation perfectly. Now give me a minute to make sure I got all my windows. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So
Battlestation.
battle stations. Let me go to post here that's totally not just making up for you posting the same fucking thing.
Hey, when we pull from the same place, you're gonna have overlap.
Yeah, our what is it? It's like when animals and people breed so much that their gene pool is diminished.
I should mix it up a little bit, go back and see if they have any good builds from the music or the workstations thread.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of
I
shit.
I don't check it that much because it's doesn't get updated a whole
Yeah, a
lot.
lot of them are dead. Like, what is it? Battlestations porn is really dead. Ask Battlestations. It's mostly people asking questions and no one answering. People are assholes.
Did you check back at RGB profiles lately?
No, not after I tried to download a bunch of the ones I was missing, like because everything I had got lost. All my RGB profiles were on this main drive when it crashed, which I still don't know what's the matter with it. Like after I formatted it, it worked fine. I had to format it twice.
Odd.
The first time I did it, I installed it and it acted like it was fine, and then after I booted up, it would just restart. So I installed it on my old drive, which is only 100 something gig, and it worked fine, but it was only 100 some gig, and Fallout 76 was 46 gig, and you have to download it their system isn't the best. The last update was only 15 gig, which helped, but the majority of the time they make you re-download everything because they don't patch just parts. They replace everything, even shit you already have. So
Yeah.
you have to have 100 gig available because you have to have the game and you have to be able to download another 45, 46-ish gig.
Shut up, Chad.
Didn't have
An
that.
article.
Oh, it's not news. It's more discussion at this point. Anyway, so this guy here, I liked it. I gave him the comment. I'm like, so do you like stare at the wall because your keyboard's way the fuck over there to the left? No, man, it's just the angle of the shot. Sure, it is. I mean, I like the dedication to the color scheme.
Yeah.
It's aight.
What color is that? Like lighting, or is that the wall? Is the wall pink or is the wall white?
I mean, how you gonna
Yeah,
know?
I think that is lighting because you can see the. He has what is that like a some kind of Alexa or something there? Or,
That's a Google Home there in the corner.
Google Home. Yeah, I thought it was one of those smart devices.
Yeah, yeah. Um. Oh, he's like, "Are you ready for Black Friday?" And everyone's like, "As someone who works at a certain retail tech store, no, I'm not." This is a i7 7700K with a 1080 Kraken. 16
That's another
gigs.
question. Are you ready for Cyber Monday? You gonna look
You
at some
know,
deals?
I was surprised that the motherboard I bought was on sale because, like, I'd given up thinking that the PC parts are going to be cheap because, like, they mark everything up 200% or more to mark it down 25%. Like, the literally, I'm watching like something will be on sale, and then the next day they'll raise the fucking price by $100 to mark it down 25. What?
What?
Yeah, like
What?
when the right before the mining crash, like slowly, graphics cards were starting to come back down, and they jacked them up to where $1,500 for a Vega card was the most, and then they got down to 1,000, and I was like, okay, they're finally slowly coming down, and they got down to a couple hundred, and then they went back up to 1,000 to take 100 off. They're like, hey, now they're 800. They were 500 last week, so
Very volatile pricing.
yeah, and that's the thing about PC Part Picker. They actually do a graph, and you can see it goes wing, and then wing. Um,
It's a roller coaster of graphs.
not to plug random Frank P's channel. He's like, I get asked, is it good to do Cyber Monday or Black Friday? He's like, okay, so we went to an app that did basically it keeps the history of pricing of shit. And he looked and he's like, on Black Friday, no, it was this fucking same. Now peripherals were cheaper, but actual hardware, no, you're fucked. um, this guy's got the Hue LED strip. He's got two ultra wides. Got a Snowball Steel Series mouse, Firefly mouse pad. I mean,
I should look up how much 1080 is now. How much that
uh,
went up? It's just probably like $2,000 now.
depends. I mean, let me go to Newegg. Newegg, I think, has been more expensive than a lot. Well, they've all been kind of expensive. 1080
No.
Ti or just
I
the
got mine for 860 and it was 930 on Amazon. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go for Newegg.
let's see here, Newegg. If you're just looking at the 1080 Ti, right?
Right.
1390 for the EVGA. The Strix is 1799. Guys,
I was thinking 2,000, but that I was like, that can't be that.
this Aorus Extreme GeForce Water Force, which is the one with the radiator,
Yeah.
$2,000 in 2030.
Wow.
So they're charging $17.99 on sale. Granted, it's the 11
Ooh.
gig, but it's a 1080 Ti for the Strix edition. Okay, hold on. 2080 Ti. What are they going for, sir? Well, let's see here. Um, um, let me to do Strix. I'm trying to do apples to apples here. Oh, let's see. The 11 gig, 1319. So 1399 for the OC. Yeah, this is the O. What's the O11? Because this is the O. Well, this is the O11G. What the fuck's the difference?
Mm.
This one's 13. This one's 1399. I was looking at the clock speed. I'm like, I don't want. I don't care which one's more expensive. I want the one that'll get the higher clocks. But because these are all three are 11 gig, but they're oh, that's the dual. So that's why that's more expensive. So it's either 1309 or 1399. No, that's still a dual. Yeah, it's a dual. Okay, so the 1339 or 1399. Well, anyway. Okay, so this is just the 11 gig. This one's the 11 G.
Yeah, I wish they would have upped the RAM size, because if a 2080 is a little bit more powerful than a 1080 Ti, I mean, what? But you're getting less RAM? What the
I mean,
fuck?
well, it's faster RAM, isn't it? Is it still it's no, yeah, DDR6 instead of 5.
Yeah, but I mean,
I mean,
that's
but the
performance. That's I'm
dog
talking about store memory.
1300 I could pay 1300 for a 2080 Ti, which is better than a 1080 Ti by a large margin,
Yeah.
or I could pay 1300 for a fucking 1080. Yeah, 1700. I understand they're not in production anymore, but fuck me sideways. And this is the Black Friday deal here.
Well, it's like you could be low on production of a rock, but that doesn't make it mean it's worth anything, you know.
Oh, look at this one. This is the 11 gig 2150. I mean, if you bought a whole gaming computer, it's 2749. So this is only $600 more for an entire computer. The
Uh,
Zotac is $1,100.
as Zotac is like more of an off brand, isn't it?
They work,
It's kind of cheaper of them.
well, it's cheaper, but they work more closely with the add-in, like the reference. They're more compatible. They're supposed to be better for if you're going on the Nvidia side. They're one of the more dependable cheap brands. So
Hmm.
now this other Strix is 1410, so it's even more than the new 2080 Ti, and it's still only 1080 Ti. I mean, really, a couple months ago was the best time. Unless you're looking at the used market, this is stupid.
The mining market.
Yeah. So, yeah, here's that one we were just looking at. He's got your Kraken with the Infinity display. He doesn't have his GPU in the top slot. I
Yeah,
don't. That's not good. Let me comment if you know what. If no, usually that's the first comment. People are like, "Hey, here we go. Awesome build, but that GPU needs to be in the top slot." I think the slot is broken. Light. Oh, that's when I saw this article. He's like, light doesn't even light up when I plug the motherboard in, and it's like, no, notice that you aren't running dual channel. He's like, faulty motherboard, probably gonna have to get a new one, but it costs more money. He's like, no.
well, that's what I was talking about before. I put mine on the bottom slot, but I was watching one of Jay's video, and he had to do something like that, and he said it shouldn't affect performance if they're both 16x slots, you know.
Yeah. Sorry. I just like the comments. The comments on the Threadripper for bills are like, hey, that should be in the top slot. I'm like, no, it doesn't matter.
What I do have to ask, what is your opinion on the vertical GPU mounts?
I understand you want to show off that there's RGB on the bottom of the card, but Gamers Nexus and multiple places have shown that you're putting the GPU right up against the glass, so it's not getting air and it's blowing hot air against glass. It's just shooting it back, so it's heating up your case. Now, some card adapters are more recessed, so you get more air, but I wouldn't waste all that time. And then you block off all your other PCI slots.
Yeah, that's true too.
So, and you add a ribbon cable, so you provide another point of failure.
It's more of like a showpiece type of thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, like, I want to get, cable extensions for my PC, and that's the same
Yeah, I was
thing.
gonna ask you about that too. Do you think I should get some for my show off my new card, or at
I
least
mean,
just for the card?
I
Or are
mean,
you gonna do all of your cables?
well, I was looking if I bought a complete, like, actual. It depends on the case I get, because when I was gonna go micro ATX, uh, I was gonna just pay the extra and just buy, because extensions add more length to your cables. And if I bought just extensions, I'd have more shit to tuck in the behind the thing and try to make room. Versus if I bought entire, just for my power supply cables, they wouldn't take up as much room. Now that my, you know, uh, motherboard is extended and I got to have longer anyway, I might as well go ahead and just do extensions. Plus, extensions are cheaper. You can buy a whole set of extensions for like $30,
Right. Well,
and they'll work with whatever fucking power supply. They don't care.
yeah, but so you're gonna get like a whole set for 30, because I thought they make ones that are just like for the GPU that just costs 30.
Well, hold on. Let me look at my cart. I've got a couple saved in here.
I did watch the Bitway one, and he said like the lower end ones, it's a whole set for 30.
Yeah, well, like, also, he's like, yeah, don't waste your time with the shitty Bit Phoenix ones. He's like, go ahead and get the Asia Horse ones.
Well, I think
Chinese shit.
one of the most expensive ones is like the cable mod, isn't it?
Yeah, cable mod. Just the extensions was $100 on Amazon right now. Newegg, I think they were more, but like here, these are easy DIY sleeve cable, which it sounds fake, but there's a 4.5 stars out of 105 customer reviews. And they power supply with extra sleeve 24 8 pin, 6 pin, 4x4 pin comes black. So I mean, this is what you get. We got 24 8 pin, 8 pin. What does it say? It says 8 pin, 6 pin, 4 pin, 4 pin. I don't know.
And
But
well,
this is,
there's just so many questions. Like, are you gonna do neutral, like a black and white, or are you gonna do just a white or just a
I'm gonna
black?
I mean, I'm probably just gonna do black, dog.
Oh, really?
I
Are you
mean,
gonna go
unless,
with the kind of like the material, or are you gonna do all the rubber or whatever?
well, these are, the cheaper ones. They're probably like, was it that more of a rubbery, plasticky, but they kind of look, I don't know, whatever the hell they got, and they're $30 fucking.
And are you just gonna try to see it to work, or are you gonna, because get get I forget who's the guy that did the video on the you got it, he was actually using uh like a multimeter to test like the pins and stuff, because he said you're not sure if it's even like it could mess your shit up or something, you know.
Uh, uh, I
I
don't
mean,
know,
it's
Doug.
supposed to be compatible, but the whole video is like, don't assume that all the makers is going to be compatible, you know.
Well, that's why I'm looking at shit with, higher reviews.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read, dog. I mean, like I said, black goes with everything. And plus, if I'm going to have lights on it anyway, it's stupid to get purple and then shine fucking red lights on it.
Right. Well, I'm thinking about doing like getting some white ones, at least then it's illuminated by the RGB, you know.
Uh Excuse me.
I like the idea of doing a little bit of white for accent. I don't think I would do a case with like all white. What's your case?
Well, the
That you
case I
got an
have,
all white, don't you? Is it
no,
all white interior too, or?
no, my shit's all black.
Oh, okay.
I have an R5, like a Define R5. Doesn't even have a window. It's all black. Uh, Eventually, I would like to get a R6, which I want to get the blackout, which even has black fans.
Oh,
So,
okay.
because Fractal, their color scheme is black, and then they put white fans and PCIe slots in there to confuse you.
Well, are you? So you're not a big fan of the whole white look, huh?
Well, it
White
has its
out.
it has its merits. Like I just like if I was going to do an LED screen on my glass, I could do that, but then you'd have to have the white in the background. But my motherboard's not white, and I don't want to go, "Hey, look at that motherboard back there," and look at that. No, I just want to fucking put I just want to put the thing in the back and go, "Look at those lights."
Yeah.
And
Did you
I
see
don't know.
Barnacules' video of the guy that did a side panel mod just from
Yeah,
like an old standard VGA monitor?
yeah. And then he had one on his front on the front panel too.
Yep.
There was actually I saw the videos he was referring to, the guy who like built one uh and showed how to do it. He's like, "Oh, okay, I can do that shit." Um it's just like I don't want to do that cuz that's a lot of fucking work for possibly not that
Yeah.
great result.
Well,
Plus I just
it
want to get
was
the thing in.
interesting because it was like the white pixels. It was different than the other ones. The white pixels you actually see through and like the colors and stuff, and the black was like solid.
Yeah. I mean, he did the smart way. He just put a plastic cover over his motherboard. Like some of the guys have just literally plastic dipped their motherboard, which if you don't tape off all the labels for the connections, you have to use the manual and hope you didn't fuck up the pins. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so this guy, I'm not sure if he's like rearranged his setup or if this is just the guy using the same wallpaper. But
Hmm.
I mean, he's got a dock for his laptop here. He's got a full tower over here. Got a little mini keyboard here. What's that? Nikon on his bedside table there. He's got that nano leaves. He's got a lot of white here, but not really like a metal color tower. It looks like
Hmm.
doing SLI. It looks like, um, and it looks like he did the thing where they have a butcher block countertop, and it looks like he got another strip for the side here because the Alex drawer is typically just like the butcher block usually sits on top of it, but some guys get the butcher block and they cut it and then they you know use that as the side panel there. It kind of dresses it up here. I feel
Yeah, I see people doing that for tables a lot recently with the butcher block.
it's a cool look because you got the grain and then it's going against it. It I can't tell what the hell kind of speakers those are other than black. He's got them on foam, which I kind of like. Um, I don't know how he's holding that monitor up, unless he's probably got an arm, and then it's the pole is behind one of these other monitors. But it looks good. From this angle, you can't really see much anything in the way. What do you think of this one?
I mean, it's very serene. It looks like he's got like the view where there's like nobody to hear you scream for miles.
Right, it looks like a hotel room because it's so big.
Yeah.
But you don't know how deep the room actually is. He might be standing in the doorway and his door is hitting his bed. But
That
like,
was like the only angle.
right, I'm in the closet. I'm so glad I have gigabit. My Wi-Fi is faster. Excuse me, than my old
Bless
wired
you.
connection. Um, wh- where'd he go?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I'm back. Don't worry.
Let's see here. Comments about fucking speed.
Like, where'd you go, Dad? Or something. Like, I'm
No,
holding your hand. Don't leave me.
I don't get people who put PC Tower on their desk. You don't want to use that space? It's hard work. It's a centerpiece. Trying to see what the hell is all comments here. It's a shit ton of comments. Oh, is this hold on, I gotta see if this is actual related to or just some other bullshit. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Never mind. I was talking to
Hmm.
the picture. The picture didn't load. You run the nanoleaf power supply in the wall? He says, no, thankfully it just blends into the white wall pretty well. Where's it plugged in? It just runs down to an outlet behind the white cabinet on the right. Oh. I shudder to think of what your rent is. Ha ha. Ah, not too bad, thankfully. Really glad you like it. Cable management is always tough, definitely a big fan of liberal zip ties. Stay away from those Republican zip ties. It's this one. I saw this one. I was like, okay, I got two. Cool. But this isn't my, this I was like, okay, it seems simple. It may seem simple, but
By the way, it's hard to find black zip ties for some reason because
really?
they only have like the white at the dollar store and at Mark's. It's like what
Oh,
happened to all of them all. I used to have a set. I forgot they they just got rid of them for some reason.
I bought them at the hardware store. I couldn't tell you. Now this guy, okay, it's an Acer monitor, so that's cool. The wallpaper is the album art from uh Mo Shop, who's one of my Moe Shop. Sorry, can't pronounce it right. Who's one of my favorite what is it called? Electronic artists. He
Hmm.
remixes all kinds of shit like future funk and anime theme songs and shit, all kinds of crazy shit. Uh,
What do you do for your like? Do you save your wallpapers and like all your favorite ones in folders and like categorize them to like the aspect ratio or something? You know, like ultra wides and
well, I put them in and I sort by um I think I sort by aspect ratio, and
okay.
I also have wallpaper engine, which is like, you just go in and find those are for the animated wallpapers if I feel like it. Also, by the way, I just noticed that under the cartoon character's tit, it says activate Windows. Um, but yeah, like I was like, man, okay, so it's got Moe Shop, Corsair, fucking Corsair, RGB, McGird. It seems simple, but wow, okay, I like it. I don't know why. Now I notice the GPU is not in the top slot. I'm gonna have to point that out to them. I hate when people do that, but I did comment. I was like, ooh,
So that
but
you were did you say the keyboard is a Corsair?
yes, and so is the mouse.
Is it your keyboard?
Um, now I gotta blow it back up to take a closer look. No, this is a strafe. Um, I can tell because the media keys up top, I have dedicated media keys. I've got mute and a volume scroll wheel and play pause and shit. Uh, this one just has a Windows lock and the light button, like to turn the lights on and off. I think
Is that
I,
like that's like the more economy version?
it's cheaper. RGB strafe. I think that's how you spell it.
What's the one that's like $300 that Barnacle had?
Oh, I don't fucking know. He probably made this son of a bitch.
Isn't that like the K70 or something?
See the Corsair. See, there's just these two buttons over on the top right,
Oh,
and K90. I think it's 95 is what I got. Where's the K9? Now I can't fucking remember. 95, I think, is the one with these what do they call
the
them?
macro
The
keys.
macros on the yeah. So is it the
Yeah,
90?
that's
Is that what I have?
expensive.
Is it the 90 I got? What the fuck do I have?
I thought you had the 70 or whatever.
Hold on, let me pull up the Corsair utility here and I'll tell you. I'll tell you, motherfucker.
I mean, you can look on the keyboard and it
It
might
doesn't
tell you.
dude, it doesn't say it. It just says Corsair. I'll tell you what.
Tell you what, Bobby.
I'll tell you what. Alt tab. Son of a bitch.
Would you be pissed if they ever did like a live action King of the Hill?
No. I don't own that shit.
Well, no, but I mean, that would you think it was like really stupid?
I mean, yeah, but
Hey, people get pissed about their shit getting ruined, you know?
I didn't think of it. Hello?
Like, can't we have one thing?
What the fuck? Oh, there it is.
Just like you would Ninja Turtles or Ghostbusters.
But dude, I'm not Ben and Doug.
Oh yeah, Doug gets real pissed.
Look here, motherfucker. I don't care. Well, for some reason it's not letting me do it, so I can't fucking remember. Corsair. Oh, you know what? I got the speed switches. Hold on. Oh, I think no, it wasn't the 70. Was it the 70? Might be the 70. Rapid fire. Yeah, I think it's the 70 now that I fucking look at it. Okay.
Yeah, because I thought they went from 70 straight to the 90, didn't they? After that, I don't think they did an 80.
Oh, shit. What the hell did I just do? God damn it. My top bar went away. Everything's fully zoomed out. Oh, exit full screen. There we go. I don't know what I did to go full screen with my browser.
Oh yeah, I do that sometimes. Like you hit F11. It's
Oh,
like what the
I
fuck?
wasn't that far. I was over by like the 3 and 4s. K70 RGB. I don't know why my IQ software is not loading, but I don't care. Anyway, right now, that is true. My it's fucked up. Because my keyboard isn't lighting up right. It's staying statically lit.
Yeah, I've
But
had
yes,
that happen with my keyboard sometimes.
yeah, this is what mine looks like. The I got a volume wheel and a thing. It's got actual buttons and shit. He just had the lock Windows key and then the light on and off button. I don't know if that's light on or off or brightness. I can't remember what it does. Let me do it. I think it's brightness. Yeah, it's brightness. Right now, it's not doing nothing on mine. God damn it. Hold on. I'm pulling up Launchy IQ and let it try to load. I like Launchy. You do Alt space and you can start typing what it is you're trying to load and it'll let you do it.
Hmm.
Well, what the hell? It shows up on my taskbar and then it goes away. Let me ask manager real quick. Sorry. Ask manager. Where the hell is IQ? Not there. I mean, I'm not gonna fuck with it right now. Right now. because this is already late as shit. Yeah, it's not showing. Anyway, so this is my third setup, which I
All
rather
right.
enjoy. He has 191 upvotes. Second one has 8.5K upvotes. And the first one only has 208. So out of these three, which one would you choose?
I'd probably go. Show the third one again, please.
Anime titties.
I don't know. I'd probably go 1, 3, 2.
So this one,
Yeah.
and then this one.
Yeah. That one's okay, I guess. But I mean,
Huh.
you
I
got
mean, as
anime
much as
titties, not good as titties.
right, I like this one. The screen's not big enough though.
Yeah.
I'd probably do this and this and then that.
You like that back? You like the view, huh?
Well, I mean, he's got 3 fucking ultra wides. It's after my own heart. And he's got 8.5 thousand upvotes compared to your 154 upvotes. So here's the winner. So sorry, Kung Fu Lemonade. You got beat out
Sorry.
by Seems or Reem. What the fuck is this? What's their username? Yeah, I don't know. Reem 2020. I don't fucking know. I don't care. None of this matters.
Well, good job, buddy. You get a peanut from Frank.
Right. All right. Would you like to get into the news?
Oh no, let's check what time it is. Oh, it's 12:36. Yeah.
Right. Play the theme
Okay.
song. The news with okay, fuck it. Anyway,
I don't have a whole lot of articles today.
Tech Dirt is off. We'll be back Monday. Okay. Thanks, Tech Dirt. Should be W for Wumbo. You don't have a lot of articles. You just have a lot of fucking text.
Yeah.
Call me Ishmael. That's a reference to the fucking what the hell book was that? About the white whale.
I don't fucking know.
Moby Dick. That's the one. That's the thing I'm looking for. Anyway.
This one's about FCC accused of burying data highlighting sorry state of U.S. broadband. And
I
don't know too much about it, but it says back in 2011, the FCC launched something called the Measuring American Broadband Program. It was revolutionary in the fact that for the first time, the FCC refused to simply take ISPs at their word in terms of the speed and connection quality of their broadband offerings. Instead, FCC hired UK firm Sam Knows to embed custom firmware modified routers in the homes of thousands of real-world broadband volunteers, providing insight into the real state of the U.S. broadband network performance. Not the rosy picture of U.S. broadband and telecom industry lobbyists like to paint. Not surprisingly, actually using real-world data to inform policy paid dividends. The FCC's first report in 2011 showed that some ISPs like New York's Cablevision were delivering just 50% of the broadband they advertised during peak usage hours. Cablevision didn't much like being called out in this way and by the next report in 2012 was shown to have fixed its problems, now offering actually more bandwidth than they had previously advertised, 120%. It was in the absence of more competition, a novel way to nudge ISPs towards doing the right thing. On Monday of this week, John Brodkin at AR's Technical wrote an excellent piece noting how Pi's office not only didn't release the report at all last year, but had refused to answer months of press inquiries as to why and whether the FCC would release its data this year. He also noted the Pi FCC had been tap dancing around numerous uh, FOIA requests for more detail for months. The FCC is facing numerous lawsuits for ignoring FOIA reports on a litany of subjects. And I really don't have a just like whole thing for this, but basically, like a rundown of this. I don't know too much
the
about
Freedom
it, but
of
it's
Information Act. It's where they can request that they give information, basically.
So basically, they're being accused of not speaking up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the bad kids. You're like, "What did you say?" And they're just like looking down at the ground, not saying nothing.
I don't know what you're talking
Smart
about.
enough. Yeah.
I had several articles that basically danced around this whole subject.
Oh, so you did have similar ones.
Yeah.
You could have probably shortened it up.
Well, how many? Well, you had it. I assumed you read the shit. No.
I don't read the shit.
How many articles do you have about this? The whole FCC.
Well, I have this one, and then I have a unrelated FCC one.
Okay. Well, let's get to that, and then I'll do mine since they're.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and just throw that in there. That's the proposed Robotex one. Is that one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Hold on, dog. Okay, Kennison. FCC's proposed Robotex crackdown will block illegal messages, critics say. I mean, they already have a do not call list. They're not supposed to call, but now what? Robots are calling, so it's different.
Yeah, I get multiple phone calls from my same area code, all the time that I don't even recognize.
Make you think that it's a person.
Yeah. I mean, they are getting bad with that shit, though.
Yep. I won't answer my phone unless I know the number or I'm expecting a call. But Pi's Title II argument is false, Build says. Pi argued in a blog post that change text messages from its current unclassified status to a Title II telecommunications service would drastically curb the ability of wireless providers to use robotext blocking, anti-spoofing, and other anti-spam features, rejecting the Title II and settling on the information service classification. Yeah. Basically, I'm going to give an opinion here. You can tell me if I'm wrong. It's like with fucking their statement before, not the FCC, but the government, about, oh, no, global warming doesn't happen because they don't want to deal with consequences that come along with this. They want to say that their Title II bullshit is the end all be all, but you can't regulate something if you just ignore it. It doesn't go away. This is a problem that's going to ever looming and get worse. I don't have an article on this. I just listened to NPR today. They're talking to, I don't know if you heard about it. Basically, they did a report on the environment because since George Bush Sr., they're supposed to give a report every 4 years on the environment. I didn't look and see if you had an article on this. Did you have one? No. Basically, I heard an interview with one of the crafters of the most recent report, and they're like, it's not too late to do anything, but the thing is, we're not going to reverse and make like because all the hurricanes and earthquakes and fires and all the shit that's happening pretty heavy now is the fault of pollution.
The
And they said,
earthquakes, even I thought most of it was like like storm weather, like the hurricanes and all that
I mean,
stuff.
everything. Well, basically, it's a shitstorm. Um, it's pretty much going to be where they said the guy interviewing asked the uh, woman who was one of the heads of the corporation that did the report. I'm sorry, not an article. He said, "Well, will we ever get some relief from these storms?" And she says, "No, it's not a matter of them going away. It's not a matter of is it going to get worse. Oh, it's going to get worse. It's just a matter is it going to get really worse." And
Yeah.
because I don't know if you saw that Allstate commercial where he's like, "Once in a 500-year storm should happen once every 500 years, right?" Nope, we've had 4 in the past 10 years. I'm like, what? And that's not the exact stat. I'm mumbling to make up for it because I apologize. I'm just thinking off the cuff. But that's basically what he said. You think about it, every year we've had a hurricane, we've had fucking tornado, we've had some
Yeah, they're like running out of names for the hurricanes.
yeah, they've already like alphabetically went backwards and started going having to like because it was what El Nino is the effect, and then we had what was it, Katrina, and
Yeah,
what was the last one we just had?
I don't know. I remember Irma.
Yeah, see, I mean they're supposed to go alphabetical, but the shit's all running together. And oh, you got to give money to the Red Cross, the United Way. Why? They're never going to stop now. They went from we're at war with Afghanistan and Iraq, and now they're all at home trying to patch up the damn country.
Yep.
So, I mean, but that was a side note. Sorry, this whole thing about the FCC, they're trying to be in denial about everything instead of looking at it. If you
I just sweep it under the rug. It'll go away, man. You can't see it anymore.
That's what they're doing, and they're being stupid about everything because they act like, well, if it's not a problem, we don't got to fix it, and that's the wrong way to look at it. Pi, I read several articles, and they're actually the same article, but the thing is, it depends on where you get them. The spin they put on them. I'm going to give the one that gives the worst headline. A GPI isn't saying whether ISPs deliver the broadband speeds you pay for, because they haven't, like you said, they haven't released the reports or anything. I think I'm drinking that oversized drink, dipshit. But yeah, also I have another article I'm not gonna link. It says I emailed it to you. Under Pi, FCC has not released a broadband speed report in nearly 2 years. That sums that up. The harsher
Yep.
title here: FCC to release report Wednesday telling you if your broadband provider is screwing you. They are. They didn't say that. I did. Former staffers say FCC may be hiding data showing broadband industry problems. Pi wants to. Oh, here's the best sounding one. Well, not the. Here's the best one that I gave. GPi wants to raise rural broadband speeds. Okay, that sounds good. From 10 megabits a second to 25. If you read that part, you go, what? And then the good ones with the good spin say he wants to double the broadband of rural areas to fucking 25 megabits a second. You can't do a goddamn thing at 25 megabits a second. That's a fucking joke. Shut up, George
I mean,
Clooney.
that's basically like, isn't that like 1080 speed streaming or whatever? It's not
I
too
mean,
bad.
if you're in a household by yourself, you can watch one 1080 video. If you have and the thing is, rural, okay, that means you live in the woods. That doesn't mean poor, right? That
Right.
doesn't mean you have no money to have nice things. You can have a smart TV, but you want to live on a fucking farm. Well, they don't give a shit about you on your fucking farm. So if
No.
you're, I live, like I said, I can't, even with my Wi-Fi, okay, not just my, plugged into my power line adapter where I feel like I'm limited there because of my old house wiring. by myself, if I'm the only one watching TV, I can't watch a 1080 stream without the fucker buffering. Just one. And no one just watches a video and doesn't dick around on their phone. And if you have a family, which these people in farms, that's what they do because they can't get cable now. They're fucking.
Yeah, you got your kids and then the wife doing something in
Yeah,
another room, and
their kids are playing the video, trying to play the video games, which they can't now. You know, the
then
mom.
they're riding your ass. What's going on with the internet, Dad?
Yeah,
Your
the
wife's
mom.
bitching at you, and then
Mom's watching fucking what is it, the Say Yes to the Dress or whatever the hell their women's are watching now. And the guy's trying to watch the fucking game, and if it's on the internet, you're fucked.
hey, you're just trying to watch the game. You worked you worked your ass off today. I mean, you just want to
You plowed
chill
this field,
out, man.
and see, that's why they're trying to get the cable coming. They can't provide the fast, internet. But if you want the cable television, they'll give you the satellite and all that bullshit as an extra, fee. If you're trying to
Yeah.
just have internet to save a few fucking bucks, nope, we gotta fuck you. So the other article, which I didn't link because it's a spin bullshit article, says, "Oh, he's doubling the rule to 25 megabits a second." Even with my shitty connection, like I said, it might be my connection because of my power line adapter is going through my electrical system. The most I can get is 30 megabits a second, which means I can't stream too many videos and talk to you on here. But goddamn, that's better than what he's offering to people in rural areas. That's a fucking joke.
And those rural people, they don't care about the internet.
No. You're thinking FCC doesn't care about rural people and their fucking internet. But I do have a non-Debbie
Oh.
Downer story, by the way, of the FCC.
I'd also like to point out just the fact that they lied about the people voting in the comments and everything. You
Yep.
remember that whole thing? That's just like sums everything up, I would think.
Yeah. Oh no, we didn't break any laws because we repealed the net neutrality, which we broke. It's not stealing because we said it's not. Anyway, sorry. But my non-Debbie Downer sorry. FCC tells SpaceX it can deploy up to 11,943 broadband satellites. Yes. Save us, you crazy pot smoking fucking Iron Man son of a bitch, Batman, Batcaving motherfucker. Because see, SpaceX today, this is from 11/15, so this is an older article. I wanted to use it last week, but it's still, you didn't have it, so it's good to throw.
Yeah.
SpaceX today received a U.S. approval to deploy 7,518 broadband satellites in addition to 4,425 satellites. It can be approved 8 months ago. Now, the thing is, all these satellites and shit, it's going to look like this picture here. I don't give a shit. We're not going to send rockets and shit into outer space anymore. We don't care about the fucking going out of the planet. Let me have my fast internet. I don't give a fuck about space junk. But yeah, space debris. SpaceX launched another planned satellite collisions could increase the risk of satellite collisions and space debris. Yeah, they're afraid of shit orbiting, hitting shit. No, if we're gonna go to fucking Mars, we need those things like the Millennium Falcon that can calculate a star and a black hole and zoom in between them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting to have there. So I wanted to have a non-sad story about the internet for fucking once.
I heard China was planning on building like an artificial moon or something.
That's
Did
no
you hear
moon.
about that?
No. Was this Weekly World News? The National Enquirer? Are they
I
going to
don't know.
send Bat Boy?
I heard that when they were doing the news on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, there you go. Amazon customers' names and email addresses disclosed by website error. What?
Yep.
God damn it. Just
Error.
So we're all of our purchases. We might as well be butt naked with our wallet hanging out of our buttholes.
Hey, it's Amazon's version of the Newegg shit.
It's like, they put all your data in a fucking text file on a server somewhere and hope no one cracks it.
Everybody's shit here.
Hey, you got some shit, it's gonna get found out. Yeah, but I'm really secure with mine. No, you're not. Doesn't matter how secure you are. They're not. They're just dropping. Oh, I dropped a bag of 20s on the floor. Hope no one picks it up. Oh, it's gone.
It's like, what wasn't there some companies? Yeah, they stick with like Windows XP and shit on their servers, and
Yeah,
they're just
and they can
so
get it.
outdated. Their security.
Well, and then these, like they said, they stayed mum about it. Of course they did. They didn't want to fucking lose money until the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah.
Great. I'm not gonna read it because it's gonna make me mad. You know what? That makes me mad.
Sorry, there's that's definitely not a not Debbie Downer. It's
You
a
got
Debbie
it.
Downer.
You want a happy story? Sorry, homie, we don't have any fucking happy stories. Okay, so you have a Bing search link
I did.
in your Battlefield story, and then you did another.
I thought the other one was IGN.
Well, I copied it. Hold on. Copy link address. Let me try going again. Okay, now it's pulling up. NVIDIA RTX ray tracing benchmarks in Battlefield 5. Suck. Fucking suck.
I think the one I was meaning to do was because that thankfully I highlighted the links I've already been to. I think, and I put it in the chat. That was the first one. I have to fix that in the notes.
Wait a minute. I have a dark theme on, and it even dark themes the Hangouts.
Uh,
Let me turn it off. Where the hell is the chat?
yeah, the first one was more about the
There it
Windows
is.
10 update with it, and then the other one was about the benchmarks.
Well, that doesn't fucking work. If
Yeah,
you
I
turn on
hate
Windows
the
10
ones where it
PC
just shows the
today.
text in front of the picture background.
Oh yeah, the big update.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I need to put that on my thumb drive again now that they had the update. I've been meaning to do that too because when I do a fresh install, I want to start with that update. Then that's probably usually the best idea.
You don't want to install and then go, oh great, thanks for installing. We're updated now. Actually, you
Yeah,
never get that. What you get is, okay, I got to shut this off and go to sleep. So restart an update? No. You shut the fuck up and go to sleep. No, I'm gonna restart an update. You son of a bitch.
then shit's screwed up because there's an error.
Yes, whenever it updates and you stop it. That's why I got my wife a Chromebook. She got tired of updates.
Yep. Anyways, this would be the 1809 update, I believe.
What's that all about?
That's the one that just came out in October, I think.
Basically, like ray tracing, even at 1080, kills your frame rate. I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be faster than traditional rasterization processing, but like, I watched Optimum Tech did a video where he did side by side comparison as best he could do with on and off, and ray tracing on didn't really affect a fucking thing. Like as far as making it look good, like so the rasterization looked so good. He didn't realize it looked good until he turned it, ray tracing on and then back off. He's like, oh, it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, can I talk about this first, real quick though? About the Windows
part?
update.
Yeah,
It
go ahead.
says if you turn on your Windows 10 PC today, you'll probably have been hassled with at least 3 times, blah blah blah, with the update, specifically the Windows 10 October update. This time, however, it's actually got a bunch of neat gaming goodies in store, especially if you're one of those people that have already bought one of the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 or 1080 or 2080 and 2080 Ti graphics cards since they came out a couple of weeks ago. For this is the update that finally brings public support for Microsoft's DirectX ray tracing DXR tech, allowing you to finally sort of get the most out of your shiny new GPU and its very nice looking reflections. But basically, I didn't know that the for some reason you needed to have this update to be able to do the ray tracing in the games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what? And but yeah, I was gonna do it for a news article last week, but we didn't end up doing the show. But yeah, they finally do have a game, because we didn't have any games at all that had the ray tracing support, and now they finally have Battlefield 5, and I guess the runner up is probably going to be that Tomb Raider game that's coming soon, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically, there's with the performance though, they had they were saying that it's not really just like ray tracing on or off. They have different ray tracing settings. Like they had the ray tracing
ultimate.
reflections. They had low and stuff, and they were. Let me click on another article because they did have it more in depth, where NVIDIA was actually saying, well, you're going to want to put the ray tracing on low just to be able to have some decent performance.
Right. The shit's not working at top level shit yet.
Yeah, they both recommended DXR ray trace reflection quality to low instead of medium, high, or ultra. This is due to a known issue, but it's not clear what the actual issue is really. DICE says use the lowest setting for the best experience, quote unquote, and there are bugs in the implementation. You also have to run DX12 to enable DXR. Based on what we've seen, going from low to ultra high just allows for there to be reflections on more surfaces, including your weapons and mud and all this other shit. If turning off all that ray trace goodness wasn't enough of a shame, NVIDIA is also recommending disabling the following graphic settings: chromatic aberration, film grain, vignette, lens distortion. What you're basically left with is an absolute bare minimum amount of ray tracing, especially since Battlefield is not ray tracing the whole scene, but just reflections. By going with the low setting, you're reducing the amount of reflection as well as the number of rays. Yeah. And they have a bunch of I don't know. Are you pretty good with reading like the benchmarking scores and stuff? Like, is I don't know what are these supposed to be the frame rates on these charts here that they were getting?
Well, yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Because with it on, with it on, it's less. With it when it's red, it's off, and you can see the red is more frames. Right.
Right.
So like, if you're doing it 3840 by 2180, which if you're buying a damn 2080, odds are you're doing 4K. At least I would hope. So 2180 at low for the 2080 Ti RTX off, you get 88.7 frames versus on you get 62.2. So it's playable at 60, but barely.
Yeah.
If you go to 1440 by 2560 by 1440, so that's ultra wide 1440, right?
Right.
Then with the 2080 Ti, it's 114 on off, and then 92 on, and then on low with 1920 by 1080, it actually barely gets better with 117 versus 98, which that's for damn ridiculous.
Yeah. And one of the sections here, they were saying about oh yeah, overall it seems like ray tracing is one of those things that every RTX GPU owner will definitely want to check out, but it probably will leave it. It's probably best to leave it disabled for multiplayer due to the performance penalty. We can see it being an attractive feature for slower paced single player games, though, which are sadly becoming more rare.
It's like the main selling feature of the card we haven't even been able to benchmark until how long after it came out.
Yeah.
And it kills your performance. Like NVIDIA's God Rays, remember those?
Yeah. Right. It's just crazy because we have like one game that can support it, and you had to even have the Windows update just to be able to utilize it too. So it's like you got to jump over all these hurdles just to use the feature of the main selling feature of the card, you know?
Right. I mean, if you bought a car that can go 100 miles an hour, and they say, okay, well, you can only go 100 miles an hour sometimes, and you can't until like months after you buy it, then no one would buy the motherfucker. I mean, right?
Right. Well, it's like letting people buy or put or use street illegal cars or mods on their cars and just being like, hey, but you still can't really go over the speed limit, you know?
Right.
It's like, what's the point? But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I definitely could see this being more for, like the single player games where you have a lot of, like environments where you're like indoors in like single encapsulated environments like rooms or a building or something versus like GTA where you don't want to have to ray trace the whole city, you know?
Mm-hmm. Cars driving at you in real time and shit.
Yeah. I mean, Fallout is it's a pretty open world, so even with Fallout it might be too much.
Yeah.
Maybe games like that Life is Strange game. I mean, they had a lot of that was indoor scenes and there wasn't a whole lot of action and like explosions and all that stuff. It was just like a bedroom scenes and stuff like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're just hanging out in their bedroom or something or the house.
Right.
I think some games is like the whole game takes place. You're just in the same environment for a long time, you know?
Yeah, once you start going out into different places, that's where your frame drops aren't always in the same place at the same time. Certain areas, certain maps are worse than others.
Yeah, right. I don't know if you watched any gameplay of the Battlefield 5 with the ray tracing? Because I mean, the picture
Yeah.
looks cool. I haven't checked it out yet though.
I mean, not on a display where it would be enough to matter.
Yeah.
Because like I watched a little bit on my lunch break on my tablet, and at work I'm not gonna have the speed is so terrible. I'm not even gonna be able to get 1080, let alone anything worth noticing a difference.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, like I said, you got a 2080.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna play with that at all, or you
Well, my
didn't?
main thing, like I was saying, is I want to use it for the ray tracing for rendering.
Mm-hmm.
and I have to research what rendering engines and softwares will utilize that. But I don't know. But with what we have though so far, which is just the Battlefield, I don't know, that game doesn't interest me as much. Maybe the Tomb Raider might be cool. I would like to get that maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying they're bundling Battlefield now, which you said they weren't doing when you bought yours.
No, but I'm not too disappointed about that.
Yeah, and I was reading a guy bought the TI variant, so he spent $1,300, and then 19 days later they came out with the bundled version.
Yeah.
So how mad would you be?
Yeah, I would be pretty mad if you didn't get a bundle before, and then for the same price they had coming out with the bundles, and it was like standard. It wasn't just like a 1-day special.
Right. I mean, it makes sense because that's like what they partnered with. NVIDIA. That's what's going to be the best way to show. It's going to be the first one that shows RTX.
Well, I will say it's definitely a better deal than the Dirt, like the Dirt 4 or whatever you got with cards for a long time, right?
Yeah, I have that. I never fucking played it. I mean, I understand.
You don't play the Dirt, man?
No.
Dirt
Was
racing.
Floyd said he's like, they give you pretty games to show off what the car can do, which, yeah, but they're not really doing that with the Nvidia side here. They're just kind of jacking it.
I want to get that. I want to get an Xbox for Christmas, like I was telling you before, and I'd like to get that Red Dead Redemption 2. That looks like a good game.
A lot of people got it. Floyd said he already beat it.
Looks good. I haven't played the first one, but the second one looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you could see yourself get into? I don't know if you've ever played the first one or if you were even a fan of the GTA games.
I mean, I like them, but like, I'm no good with a controller. I always like walking around. I'd end up looking down at the fucking ground.
Oh, really?
Corner. Yeah, because I can't.
You don't have a controller for your computer?
I do, but I don't use it.
I'm
straight mouse and keyboard.
And my friend was weird. He was always weird with a lot of video games. What he'll do is for like in GTA on a computer is he'll use a mouse and keyboard when he's walking, and then switch to the controller when he's driving in the car.
No, I don't really drive.
I was like, I couldn't do that, man.
Well, in Fallout, you don't drive anywhere. See,
right?
And like I tried playing with the controller, I couldn't shoot for shit. Even when I had all these perks to make me supposedly shoot better, still couldn't do it.
I always think the best person with a controller on a first-person game, like a Black Ops or whatever, they probably won't be as good as a person with a mouse and keyboard, right?
No, all you gotta do is click on the fucking person.
Yeah.
Click on the head. There it is. So, but I'm gonna go to your shut up, Ted, so we can go to a different article.
Okay.
So, Fallout 76 update starts fixing the game's many bugs. Patch notes released. So, yeah, there was an update the other day. I had to download it. It was 15 gig, which is smaller. Their system for updating, you basically have to download the entire game.
Yeah, what they were saying, the PC was among the smaller size. Like the largest was like the PlayStation and Xbox. I think there's you had an additional 46 or 47 or something gigs. I think. That's what I thought was said in the thing.
One of the problems, like the take photo hotkey button, like people were remapping it and it would fuck stuff up. So now they've just permanently made it so you can't remap it.
Right. Well, I heard one of the bugs was too, like people are getting disconnected all the time, and
yeah, there's
just a lot of crazy shit.
Only thing I ever had was like, it wasn't even a bug so much as it was like the whole thing of no push to talk. Because if you're on a they want to cater to the console. Sorry, they want to cater to the console people as much as they can because they have to deal with them, and they don't push to talk. They just always have a headset on. Well, fuck that. No, no. You want to still be able to talk to people, but you don't want to either have it on or off.
Yeah.
Because if you have a squad, you got to talk to them. But and I had that, and then the only other glitch I had was like certain enemies wouldn't like attack me. They just sit there and take my bullets and just stand there. And then other times, like one time I went into an area and I couldn't use I could shoot my gun from the hip, but I couldn't aim down sights and shoot. It when I clicked it, it wouldn't let me. I don't know why.
As I said, they have a whole list of issues that there were like fix an issue in which some enemies could chase the player further than intended.
I mean, I don't know what people are expecting. They're gonna support the game forever. All DLC is gonna be free. I mean, it's not what they said. It's exactly like they said it was going to be. It's multiple. It's what if Fallout 4 was multiplayer and you can play with other people. Well, you can play with other people. I don't. It's exactly like they said. They're just. It's not the game they wanted. It's not the game they said. It is the game they said it was going to be, but it's not what people want apparently, even though they thought it was. And Floyd messaged me, "Yeah, look at this. They said that they're offering refunds," and I'm like, I think the bigger article would be if they didn't offer refunds, right? Because that'd be a total dick move.
Yeah.
What do you want them to do?
Right.
Oh yeah, and then we got thanks for the Downey Downer news. Here's your last one. Stan Lee is
I was
dead.
trying to look here for what I was trying to look for the PS4 and yeah, it says the Fallout 76 patch. No, its first update is massive. Because the PS4 and the Xbox and the PC all had different size like requirements for the storage. Can't find any either. But yeah, fuck it. We'll just go to Downey Downerton one. But yeah, Stanley is he's dead. In case you were under a rock.
I mean, he was trying to make it to 195 is a good run.
Oh, 95 is a really good run.
That's what I said. He was trying to make it to 195 is fucking close.
Oh, I thought you said 105.
No, he's trying to make it to 100. He's 95.
Yeah. Well, it was just really sad because he's like, he had all these lawyers and his daughter and stuff after him and all that shit. And it's like, damn, man, why do you have to deal with that? You only had a few years left, man. Like, why can people just be cool with him, you know?
Because that's where they were waiting for. When people have money and they're waiting for him to kick the bucket, that's all they focus on.
Yeah. It's real sad, too.
It is, but
he's done a lot for the world as far as giving people so much joy and inspiration and everything. And
yep,
it probably changed people's lives, you know?
When my friends were talking about, like, I wonder if they've already filmed the next half of Infinity Wars, and I wonder if they've done his cameo or not. I said they might have a couple in the can.
Yeah.
If fucking not, they might just make a damn hologram.
Yeah, shit, man. They finished the Bruce Lee movie after he died.
Right.
You're surprised what they could do.
All you need is somebody to walk around with a little wig and a mustache and go, Excelsior.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's in the can, people will be like, oh shit, back from the grave. Like we're in that stupid movie, was it Wild Hogs or whatever the hell that stupid motorcycle movie with Tim Allen? They said that like halfway through the movie, fucking Bernie Mac walks out and they're like, oh, so this shit's been made years ago because he's been dead.
Yeah.
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 So
Sometimes people there is like some unreleased stuff, unreleased stuff that people has done and they've put out later, you know?
right, like sorry, like Carrie Fisher, she had her last scenes in Star Wars before she died.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you want to
But
hop into
I mean,
mine and power through them before we get to 2 in the morning?
no, first I want to ask you that now that Stanley's dead, are you going to finally go see Deadpool 2? You going to pay some respects to him?
Is it even still
See
in
his movie?
theaters?
No, you could have gotten it a long time ago.
Well, then what's the point?
What's the point
He
in
did.
What's the point in watching a movie that you liked?
I'm saying though, like, what's the rush?
Uh,
Who gives a fuck? He wrote the comic books. He made his money. He's not getting any more money off me. Marvel doesn't need another fucking dollar out of me. Did you see the trailer for the Once Upon a Deadpool?
no.
He sits and reads a story to Fred Savage, like fucking Princess Bride, but Fred Savage is like taped to the bed. Anyway,
Yeah. I was
okay.
just I mean, it's not like Ghostbusters where you have to wait. You shouldn't have to wait for it to get for free. I mean, I thought you actually wanted to see it.
I do. I'm not in any fucking hurry. I'm a YouTube guy. I don't have patience for sitting down for more than 10 minutes. I couldn't tell you the last
Mm,
movie I saw. Like, I
I
can't watch, if
believe
it's
it.
on regular TV, I can't do it. Commercials, no, I can't listen to the radio. I'm right into work. I go, man, I'm really liking this show. Okay, now commercial. Fuck you. What else is on? I can't do it.
You got like an attention span of I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I don't either. So, okay, give me my little sound bite. Typing this up. My old timey typewriter. Actually, it sounds like it's electric now that I listen to it. That return there. See, right there, sounds like a. You love that sound, don't you? Okay, are we done? Are you? Is it all out of your system? Okay,
No,
anyway.
I'm done.
Okay. So the Steam
Okay,
Autumn
so
sale has begun. We're starting right off with the gaming news because that's where the meat and potatoes is.
all right, tell us about some Steam.
The Steam Autumn sale has begun. It's time once again. Get your money ready. They're doing the Steam Awards sale where you can nominate a game for like Game of the Year, uh, Love and Devotion for like a game or a Labor of Love. That's the name of it. Never mind. For like a game that the fans or the company has just kept it alive, even though it's been. And I nominated Fallout New Vegas because that game people still fucking go out and buy and play. And how old is it at this point? Because they mod the living shit out of it. But I nominated
Right.
a bunch of games just so I could get a badge.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
They're Black Friday deals. For like some of them are not just for like games, but an entire series. Like all the Fallout games are on sale, and a couple other ones. I can't remember which ones. I'm sorry, I'm horrible. But so if you guys got money to throw away, I don't. But if you do, now I'm gonna jump right into a whole bunch of Fallout stories here. So bear with
Yeah,
me here. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna ask, do you have an article on how the sales of 76 are way down compared to the Fallout 4?
No, because I don't care.
Oh,
I
so
don't,
you only have positive stories.
I only have shit that I care about. I don't care about the sales. I'm not making money off of it.
Well, right, but you don't care if it's as popular. People are hating the game.
I have articles about the hate, but you
Okay.
just shut up, kid. Anyway, so Ninja did a Fallout stream. If you might have heard of him, right? He does Fortnite and shit. He
My
did a
ninja.
stream, huh?
My ninja.
Yeah, he did a stream of Fallout 76 with Rick and Morty and Logic for some reason. Which was obviously just like the guy who does the voice of Rick and Morty, like he was just riffing, trying to keep the thing going. Logic had no idea how to actually play the fucking game, and they were just like awkward, and like it was funny because you read the chat and it's like, does Logic even talk? As someone pointed out, he says, in general, the chat was not kind. Some highlights, the lowlights are
Pickle Rick!
are like, nobody asked for this, or this is horrid, thanks, or wow, this is really bad, or just canceled my pre-order of this game. So
I'm Pickle Rick.
yeah, I have that as a ringtone. I mean, it sounds like a cool idea on paper is probably what happened, but they didn't. It doesn't have to be a live stream. They could record. It's a cartoon character. Remember when Snoop was on Beavis and Butthead? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That didn't have to be live. Snoop,
Right.
talked to Mike Judge as the characters, and then they animated it, and then it came up, and we said, "Oh man, that's cool." And this, this could have came out. I mean, granted, yes, they want to capitalize on the current success of Fallout. Fallout 76 is a game that's going to be out for a minute, and don't have a guy who doesn't know how to play a fucking game playing the fucking game. We don't want to see that.
By the way,
By
your
the way-
screen capture isn't working.
Oh fuck
It's
me!
not showing anything on mine.
It went away. Great. Hold on. Is it showing anything now?
Yep.
Okay, that's weird. So, Microsoft Studios bought Fallout New Vegas's house Obsidian. Everyone loved New Vegas. That was made by Obsidian. It wasn't made by Bethesda. And when they said there was a new Fallout game in the works, people were like, "Oh, is it made by Obsidian?" And Obsidian tweeted, "They're like, how do we tell somebody that we didn't do it?" So they got bought by Microsoft. So that could be a good or a bad thing. I don't know. This will be interesting. I mean,
What does Obsidian? What were they doing recently?
Obsidian and NXL represent some of Microsoft Studios' most notable acquisitions yet. Let's see, New Vegas, Heritage. I don't know. I don't know what they like. I haven't followed them since Fallout New Vegas. I'm sure they've done games, but I just follow what I like. I don't follow. So I don't know if let's see. Obsidian is responsible for Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, South Park: The Stick of Truth. I think I had that one, and the Pillars of Eternity series. While In Exile, which is another company that Microsoft bought, is country behind Fantastic Contraption, Torment, Tides of Numenera, and upcoming Wasteland 3. Wasteland, by the way, is what the original Fallout was based off of. The original Wasteland was. Oh, Doug says, "You guys still on?"
Yeah.
Well, you gonna message him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good, because I
I'm
got
not
some.
sure what the reply to though because oh, okay, there it is.
I just had a pop up.
What? don't know why he does it in that, and then instead of
Right.
just like
You
messing
can
it
do it in
individually.
the chat. Like you don't have to even be in the hangout to respond. Anyway, but yeah, that's one thing. I'm gonna try to power through these because I have a few in there. Some of
Okay.
them are outdated, so that they had updates. Because, like I said,
Do
this
you
is
have any Doug articles?
we'll get there. Just hang
Okay.
loose. Give me 5 minutes, he says.
Yep.
Anyway, so some of these are from last week, and then they patched them over the week. So I'll have some follow ups. Like Fallout 76 beta can't be uninstalled unless you bought it. So like this wouldn't be a problem because most people hit the pre-order. If you canceled your pre-order, that might be an issue. But the main problem is when the beta, since it's a multiplayer game, you had beta codes you could give to your friends. So like remember I was saying, hey, you want a beta code so you could play it. Well, if your friend had the beta code and they didn't own the games, they could. It's like you don't have access to this game. You couldn't delete it. I'm sure if you went in and actually deleted the folders, you probably could.
Yeah.
But it was a problem for people. So there's that. That was an issue. I wouldn't say it was a real bad thing. And then Fallout 76 players are helping newbies by acting like NPCs. I read this article. Basically, one of the YouTubers I follow, Many a True Nerd, he played the beta to where he was OP. Like he was overpowered. You know, he had power armor and everything. He was fine. And when new characters came in, you know, when the game actually launched and didn't have anything, he set up a little camp where you could come in and get armor and weapons and shit, and he'd help you out, man. And they said other players are doing that. They're actually helping each other. What's it say? It says, now that Fallout 6 is out, however, the most common player behavior seems to prove that Bethesda knew exactly what it was doing. People are actually being nice.
Like
I have
kind of like setting up like I don't know, like food shelters almost for them, you know?
yeah, they're not like, you know, letting it be totally harsh to where you just give up because you don't know what the fuck to do. They're like, oh no, man, it's multiplayer. We'll help you out. But this is the Shut Up Ted article here about the controversy over Bethesda's game engine is misguided. Now, this whole thing is like one of the main gripes people have about the game is that it still uses the old engine that's been updated and tweaked. Everyone's like, they need to get a new engine, which is bullshit. Because if they did, people still bitch about that one. But
Yeah.
the thing is, their engine, people are like, well, they'll eventually get a new one. Just this one was a one off. Oh no, you know how they have 2 more games further down the chute lined up?
Yeah.
And everyone thought, oh, they're gonna do, a different engine. Oh no, they flat out said they're gonna use the same fucking engine again. And that made Floyd even go, what? Because Elder Scrolls Sticks and Starfield are gonna fucking have the same engine. And a lot of people are like, what the fuck? And it's like, no, the guy's like, look, you gotta calm down.
Dude, well, a lot of people don't realize is there's still it's kind of like with like your motherboard we were talking. You still have a shitload of headroom usually for a lot of engines.
Mhm.
There's still probably a lot of stuff that they didn't even get to implement yet that you could do with it because when you make engine, you make it so that you can use it for way more shit than you need usually, you know?
I mean, they said they're gonna, support it for life. It started out as a beta. All we gotta do is see how quickly they're gonna patch it. So, I mean, I don't. It just the shit just launched on 10 days ago, and people are
Yep.
already acting like the world's on fire. I don't
People are
know.
acting like babies, man.
Yeah, well, it's the fucking hype train. Oh, it's the latest and greatest thing. Oh, it's a piece of shit, dude. Shut the fuck up. So, I think that's kind of this. This is a
It's like
big. Go ahead.
it's like bitching about a movie like 5 or 10 minutes into the movie, you know?
I saw a meme that had it had 2 people riding a roller coaster from The Emperor's New Groove, and the one that was enjoying it is like, they made the roller coaster Fallout 76, and then the person enjoying it said me, and then the person with the grumpy sourpuss, it said people that bitched and bought it anyway.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, but yeah, players have already found ways to cheat the Fallout 7 nuke codes. The guy's article, he did the very first comment that actually summed it up best. The way they do their codes is they're doing a crypto converter thing here, where a Nuka Crypt is the program people are actually using, and then every week the nuke codes are a word that is, you know, a cryptic. It's messed up. Well, to decrypt a code, any actual computer now can fucking do it. I'm sure they did it to be more like, because the whole thing is, even though the game doesn't take place in the 50s, it their technology, other than having nuclear power, hasn't really advanced. They don't have transistors, is the main difference.
Yeah.
So everything's still somewhat 50s inspired. They're like, I understand you want to go for the whole 50s vibe with your passwords, but you can't do that in a modern age, because all they gotta do is plop it into this program and it cracks it.
Yep.
And you know what happens when that happens?
What?
Well, Fallout 76 players launched 3 nukes at once, crash server. So, that happened. And also, it's funny. This is hilarious to me because I played Fallout 4 to death. Why is it not letting me click on it? Okay, so it's a role playing game. It's hard. A Fallout 76 player is role playing as Preston Garvey, which is a character in Fallout 4. Insists settlements need your help. He was an NPC character in Fallout 4 because there was no multiplayer. Your NPC, he was the guy you would go to, and he's like, hey, another settlement needs your help. And you would go to the settlement, talk to somebody who was the head of it, and they would say, hey, clear out this bunch of raiders or whatever it is that we got to do, and give you these fucking never-ending quests that, his main tagline that became a joke was, another settlement needs your help. Now, not only did he make a character that looks like the guy, he also he also recorded the dialogue from the character, and since the game uses a microphone, he plays the audio through his mic.
Huh.
So somebody posted to YouTube. They're like, "There's no escaping Preston Garvey." Which, by the way, in the trailer for Fallout 4, they acted like, "Oh, this character decided to role play as Preston Garvey," which is what this guy's doing. So the character comes up to him, and when he talks through his mic, he hears Preston's fucking dialogue saying, "Another settlement needs your help," and the guy's like, "Oh God." So it's it's like it's a me Mario. It's something familiar, like the one of the most hated things, because some people wouldn't even do the mission where you meet this guy just so they wouldn't have to hear his bullshit. Um, it was so interesting that somebody decided to throw that in, that you can't, because this game takes place decades before the other guy was even born, and I'm gonna skip a couple articles until Doug comes on here. um, by the way, since I'm all about Steam, I'm not saying they're perfect, because they are but men, and I'm sure they got women too. But what the fuck? Oh, sure, that's what I wanted to do. Anyway, so a Steam bug allowed unlimited downloads. A man has been given $20,000 for discovering a bug in Steam, a video game store that let people download any game for free. So I mean, that's cool. That this guy found it, and they said, "Why is your camera not on?"
Damn it.
Fucking Google.
Okay, there it is.
Okay, so okay. Also, you probably heard me talk about it. The Valve is quietly discontinuing the Steam Link,
Oh yeah.
which, I talked about it. I got one to try it out. The Verge says, "Farewell to the Steam Link, the best wireless HDMI gadget ever made. Update: it's $2.50." And according to Valve, it's once it's gone, it's gone. So you don't have to just play Steam games. Basically, you're networking into your computer. It's pretty dope. A lot of people use them for Kodi, and even if you don't want to connect to your computer, you can. Hey,
Yo,
what it is?
just got home about a half hour ago from work. So,
Nice.
yeah, about that.
You work pretty late, huh?
Huh?
You work pretty late, don't you?
I worked until about 12:30, right about.
What time did you start?
3.
Oh.
That's not too bad.
Yesterday was 4 to 2:30. Yeah.
That's like 10.5 hours.
Where you work, dog? You don't have to give the exact company. What kind of company is it?
A sports store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or did you get a lot? Is it based on sales and stuff, or?
Based on what they wanted us to do. So.
Well, did you have to do a lot of sales today?
Yep. Correct. Correctamundo.
Selling a lot of protein shakes, huh? And weights and shit.
We don't sell protein actually.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Selling the Pelotons?
Huh?
You selling the Pelotons?
No. No.
Golf clubs?
I don't know about that.
You don't know.
They don't got mannequins
What
with
if I need
goofy pants?
assistance for some golf clubs?
Right?
No, what I'm saying is I really wasn't over in our golf department today. I was too busy running everything else.
Okay. Well, how you doing otherwise, Doug?
Tired.
I'm sorry.
Tired. Yeah.
We were talking about some gaming news. Do you want to hear some stories?
Oh, I'd love to hear about the rousing success of Fallout 76. I can't even keep a straight face.
Right. So, no, we already had a bunch of articles there.
We were talking about the death of the Steam Link.
It was never really alive in the first place.
Oh no, it was the best wireless HDMI gadget ever, according to The Verge.
I'll say this. Here's what I'll say about the Steam Link.
Yes.
It was a damn good idea. Damn good idea to have something that was devoted specifically to that software and that storefront. That's what they had to do. And honestly, I really wish that it would have stayed with that, or at least a different iteration of that, because that's really was the best way, besides like a HTPC, to get those in living rooms.
Well, I mean, you don't have to specifically do everything in the Steam store. You can put any app in Steam and then launch it from that. A lot of people were putting Kodi on in their Steam catalog and then launching Kodi straight from it. But anyway, it's down. You can buy one for $2.50.
Really?
They're that low. Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way, you missed an article of mine, Frank.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh no, I have to go back. Gotta go back, Marty.
It was about the potentially disastrous. We were talking about ECC memory and stuff.
I gotta jump back. That's exciting news here. Hold on.
Hey, where is that Steam Link for $250? That's actually a really awesome fucking deal. Seriously.
I think. Let me think. Let me look on their website. I think it's
That's like the only way that they'd ever get me to use Steam would be something like the Steam Link.
Right? You could hook it up to whatever. Let me see here. Store search. Whoop. Copy link. I'm gonna throw it in the chat here. Hold on. Here you go. Right. I didn't look and see if it comes with any games. Mine came with a little crappy game I didn't care about. So your article here, Ian, potentially disastrous rowhammer bit flips can bypass ECC protections.
Yeah. It says in early 2015, researchers unveiled Rowhammer, a cutting-edge hack that exploits unfixable physical weaknesses in the silicon of certain types of memory chips to transform data they stored in the 42 months that have passed since then. And an enhancement known as error correcting code, or ECC, available in higher-end chips, was believed to be an absolute defense against potentially disastrous bit flips that changed zeros to ones and vice versa. Research published Wednesday has now shattered that assumption. Dubbed ECC ploy, the new Rowhammer attack bypasses ECC protections built into several widely used models of DDR3 chips. The exploit is the product of more than a year of painstaking research that uses syringe needles to inject faults into chips and super cooled chips to observe how they responded when bits flipped. The resulting insights, along with some advanced math, allowed researchers to VR Virgile Universiteit Amsterdam's VU-SEC group to demonstrate that one of the key defenses against Rowhammer is insufficient. So basically that's the gist of it, I think.
So they proved that some DDR3 chips weren't any good now that they're moving up to DDR4.
Right. But it's basically ECC. Everybody assumed that ECC is like perfect, you know?
It costs more, and goddamn it better work.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, because we were talking before, you want to put ECC memory in maybe your server build one day, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're gonna do, RAM for a build with multiple drives, it might as well error correct. Otherwise, you could have issues.
Who was that? Was somebody in chat? Because I saw somebody just like go away or something.
That was me. I was trying to see if I could get my computer to work, since my modem is giving me shit and my range extender is giving me shit. So I was trying something, but it didn't work. I'm surprised they even got in the fucking chat. Can you give me that link in the mod chat there, Frank?
The what?
The Steam Link thing?
No, what in the mod chat? What's that?
The original Hangouts chat where I messaged you earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hold on. I got a different window here. Hold on.
Sorry, I apologize.
You're good. Let's see here.
Doug, how was your Thanksgiving, buddy? What did you get to do? Were you a family?
I worked.
You worked? What kind of bullshit is that, man?
Hey,
You get some double time and a half or something?
no.
He got a free set of golf clubs.
I mean, even Frank got a day off, right, Frank?
Oh yeah. Wasn't because they wanted to. So here's the article that I know Doug has been waiting for. Nintendo dashes hopes of an N64 classic.
The only classic one I would have actually wanted. This bitches.
I wasn't sure if you'd want that or the PlayStation one.
Honestly, the PlayStation fucked it up.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they fucked it up.
They just used an open source emulator, right?
Yes, but that's not why they fucked it up.
What they done
By
do?
the way, that for people who wanted that link for the $2.50 Steam link, guess what? It is out of stock.
Well, then it must have sold pretty well, which is fucking crazy.
Yep.
I mean, it's a nice little gadget. I really haven't played with it to export. They had an app for your phone, but I mean, I don't. It depends if your phone has HDMI out.
By the way, Doug, did you listen to our last show?
I did not, unfortunately.
Okay, so then I'll show you this. I got this.
What the? You dumb motherfucker. Fucking.
He would say that.
Ray tracing will come in 2025.
Oh, we did. You can get it on Battlefield now if you have the new update for Windows.
Who the fuck plays Battlefield?
A lot of 13-year-olds.
Okay, so here's a list of PlayStation classic games. Okay, count along and tell me exactly how many of these games you would like to play.
Okay.
Battle Arena Toshinden, Intelligent Cube, Rayman,
Maybe.
Siphon Filter.
What?
Siphon Filter.
Don't know that one.
It's a first-party stealth game. Tekken 3.
Okay,
Resident Evil.
Okay, yeah, okay. It's like
Resident Evil Director's Cut.
I think I'm up to 4. Okay.
Jumping Flash.
No.
Cool Borders 2.
No.
Destruction Derby.
Nope.
Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Revelations Persona.
Nope.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
I guess 6. Yeah, okay.
Twisted Metal.
7. Okay.
I like that game. That's a good game.
Ridge Racer Type 4.
No idea.
Mr. Driller.
Mr. Driller.
Wow, okay.
What the heck is that?
Final Fantasy 7.
Okay, that's 8, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto.
9, okay.
Oddworld, Odyssey.
10, okay.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Nope.
And Wild Arms.
Wow, is that all of them?
Yep, that's it.
There's 10 games in there I might play just because they're classics.
I didn't know you were a Final Fantasy guy, Frank.
I'm not, but, just for... I mean, at the time, it was one of the more advanced systems to play it on.
Did Final Fantasy, did they go away from the role-playing thing now? It's like you could, it's like live action, like real time more now or something.
Like first person, like kind of like how Fallout did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played it.
It's definitely a lot different.
In the US, we were behind with the numbers, so I'm totally confused.
But yeah, there are different...
I was expecting Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah, Parappa the Rapper.
Parappa the Rapper.
But no, like this little cute thing. If they made a small version of this, the controller would have to be bigger because that joystick would be a pain in the ass on a small one.
Well, the thing about something like a classic console, I really don't mind the size of either the controller or the unit itself. If we're being honest, that's just me.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, the biggest thing I always wanted, and this goes for any company who wants to do something like that, is I want expandable memory with an internet connection to actually purchase the games that I want.
Well,
You
what do you
know,
think, Ian?
I wasn't listening to him, Frank.
No, I mean about this article, but they're not going to do. They're basically saying we're not going to do an N64 classic.
But I mean, that sucks.
I mean,
I mean,
you can do.
it sucks, but I don't really care as
I
much.
mean, it's for the people who would never do emulation anyway. Like, your Nana's going to buy an NES classic if she can get one without getting her face stomped.
Well, I can understand if you want to use a controller and stuff. Like, I understand people. It's good that they had that thing that I was talking about a while ago, where you could play multiplayer with different controllers and you hook them up into that hub or whatever. But I mean, I guess people just they want the full experience where they actually got to put the cartridge into the console and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Check this out though. Check out PC Classic, a $99 adorable tiny DOS games console.
yeah, dumb fucks.
People might consider the Microsoft DOS era the golden age of PC gaming. That's when games like The Secret of Monkey Island, Ultimate 6, The False Prophet, Doom, SimCity, and a bunch of other retro-tastic titles emerged. Unity, the same company that built a giant and functioning NES controller that doubles as a coffee table, is hoping to recapture some of the magic with a pint-sized PC. So,
I figured that'd be something you would maybe get into, Doug, because you're always getting the, like the retro computers and all the free junk computers and stuff.
Yeah, but even something like that, it's cheaper for someone to actually get their hands on an older PC and just get the games.
or if you're building a tiny unit, just buy a fucking Raspberry Pi.
Exactly.
And
It's a company that's been trying to jump on the bandwagon of expensive hardware for nothing, and this is what we're getting now. So
the PC will come with a selection of DOS games already installed, at least 30 titles, all fully licensed and legal.
yeah, sure they are.
So,
wonk wonk.
By the way, there was a guy.
Doug,
go ahead.
Did you hear about the? I didn't do it for an article, but did you hear about the Apple and Amazon team up? Are they gonna be selling like Apple phones, like like officially on Amazon or something?
Really?
After, well, now that you mention it, hold on. I had an Apple story in here. Let me find it real quick.
Oh yeah, this is a Apple Amazon team up to enhance customer experience by limiting customers' options. It was a TechDirt article there.
You can now say, "Hey Siri, okay Google," to use Google Assistant on the phone, on the iPhone. So, what's your thoughts on that, Doug? Do you actually use Siri? My wife turned hers off.
Limited.
Is that because you don't trust what is the word that they use? The Internet of Things. You don't trust that?
My thing is 9 times out of 10, at least for me, it's just easier for me to just hook up and look up. especially like sometimes on how I talk. Sometimes how I talk, no matter what system I would use, uh, it would just get caught up and locked up, no matter which way, how it happened. So for me, this is probably like, you know what? It's just better to just look it up myself and say fuck it. So.
By the way, did you click on that? You could click on that article that was just linked, Frank.
So I was searching for like the news article just myself to see if I could find it about Apple and Amazon, and I just came upon a very interesting website.
Yeah, Tech Dirt.
It's called flexshopper.com. It's a rent to own for computer parts and computers. This is fucking hilarious. This is seriously hilarious. Wow. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm not. Wow. Oh my goodness. This is just hilarious. So funny. Spending X amount of dollars per week to buy a computer. It's like I have the entirety of something of a ripoff, just like Aaron's or Reddit Center at my fingertips.
I was checking out the chat and somebody said, Dell Solution Center said, what do you think of Chromebooks?
Fuck you, Dell.
So I said, I just got my wife one. That I. Oh, somebody gave us a downvote.
What? What?
Is that you, Doug?
No, it was not me. It was not me.
I'm going to give it an upvote.
Hey, did you know that through this website you can actually buy a Razer Death Adder USB mouse for $4 a week?
Rent to own? That's sad. So what's this here about? What's this here about Amazon and Apple?
In a new agreement between tech giants Amazon and Apple, shoppers will soon see a selection of the latest Apple products on Amazon.com. Amazon told CNBC in statement the agreement means the latest Apple products like the iPhone XR, XS, and XS Max will be available on Amazon. Both companies issued statements about improving customer experience, but nothing about this sounds like a better deal for consumers. It's a paywall guarded by Apple and Amazon that will keep all but the select few resellers from participating. Being an Apple reseller, repairer is pay to play. First, Apple has to be convinced he'll do more for it than it will do for you. Then you have to pay for the privilege of being allowed to exercise your first sale rights. Independent shops pay Apple for a fee in return for authorized status, which gets them exclusive access to Apple training and guidebooks and the ability to buy parts directly from Apple. But Apple authorized repair shops are only authorized to do a select few repairs. If a customer comes in with another easily flexible problems or fixable problems, the repair shop must ship the phone to Apple. I'm not too much about the article, but I guess you're gonna have to pay to be able to sell on Amazon or something now. Then,
yeah, you're gonna have to become an Apple authorized retailer. I was just looking at that.
What do you think about that, Doug?
It's good that people are going to have an extended accessibility to Apple products now, because for how long people thought that the only way to buy an Apple product was to go to an Apple store, and so many people now will be able to, okay, oh, well, let's go on Amazon and buy it. and not have to worry about getting something that's complete trash. You know what I mean? Because we all know how Amazon has a lot of faux sellers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What do you think, Frank?
Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot. Like just I had an article a couple months back about trying to buy an iPhone or iPod cable on fucking Amazon. Good luck.
yeah.
Get some Chinese bullshit.
Did you hear, Doug, about the I don't know if you're gonna want to be buying on Amazon though, because they had a leak with Amazon. It was Amazon customers' names and email addresses is closed by website error.
Doug started saying something good, and now they fucked it up.
Honestly, if we're going to be honest about the situation, I mean, it's not like this isn't new news or anything. I mean, shit happens when it comes to, uh, internet retailers.
Well, just happened recently with Newegg.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that, I mean, at this point, almost everybody has been, hacked or accessed of some sort since then. It's not like it's, oh my gosh, it's new news, so.
Well, even the
Right.
government's been hacked just by like a kid or something, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if people make it, then people can break it, usually.
yeah.
So, Corsair gaming mice keyboards now work with Xbox One.
What?
Because, they want to feel like they have a computer. They want that edge of being able to click on people's heads and kill them.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a story for Floyd there.
Yeah, but he's not on. So,
what do you think about the? Can you do that on PlayStation now? Is having like mouse and keyboard?
That I don't know.
I mean, I kind of thought you could already do that with a lot of the consoles, like even the older consoles. I thought you could do that for a long time.
I mean, so.
But
So-
what interested you about that article, Frank? Just like because it's Corsair.
Well, I mean, that and it's actually official that it's coming out. Like, because supposedly, they're going to get, support has been the rumor for years. And now they actually, are. So this is an article I brought in. This is a who the fuck asked for this. To complement the new Windows 10 dark theme, Microsoft is adding a light theme.
Wasn't it already a light theme?
Yeah, it's
by
bright.
default.
Like, hold on. Let me. Everyone, keep your eyes on fucking Ian here. And okay, let me just go to a site. I don't have a. Oh, look at his face. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
I mean, at night it's blue because it's fucking blue, kind of. But they don't listen. People have been putting on message boards and emailing for fucking years. Can we get a dark theme? Can we dark? The fucking YouTube finally had said, "Okay, we'll give you the dark theme on mobile." Thank you, Jesus. But
well, it's good to see more dark themes though, because I'm trying to minimize it myself because of my vision with that, because you hear all about that, like how the blue light is bad for your eyes or whatever. It's actually causing things to deteriorate in your eyes. So it's like if you can minimize how much white and blue you input into your vision you get, I guess is good,
by the way, speaking of blue, I got a red story. Like how I did that there.
I'm blue.
Oh, by the way, speaking
Yes.
of Windows 10, what's really nice about the October update is that it crashed some people with Intel drivers.
Which one? There's
The
another
October
update coming.
that was issued, retracted, delayed, then re-released. that just came out, and they had to stop it again.
Anyway, AMD says it will respond to DirectX ray tracing. This is
yeah.
yeah, they basically had interviews with one of the Japanese spokesperson, and there was a mistranslation. The first time that they reported it, they said that he said that they are not going to focus on ray tracing, and then they said, "Well, no, they translated this wrong." Basically, they're not going to focus on it until the next article that has a better title, because it's basically the same story, but sums it up better.
What I heard the lady was saying, she was saying that they're going to focus on like computing and stuff. I thought.
Well, you're thinking Sue, the head
Yeah.
CEO. This is a representative in Japan. That's not. She's Korean. This is a guy who is actually in Japan. That's like not. He's a higher up, but he's not the main spokesperson you're used to seeing. That's why they might have got
Not the main dog.
Yeah. This person says AMD's graphics boss wants to see ray tracing support on low-end GPUs. They're like, no, we don't want to waste. Like right now, you can only get it with the RTX series. Oh fuck you! I'd try to close the ad, not open a new tab. Anyway, but they say no, we want it on the low end shit, which is ambitious. Oh, is Duck saying no, they're not going to catch up? Is that what he's saying?
No, what I'm saying is ray tracing as it stands right now is fucking stupid.
Why, you don't like eye candy, Doug?
We are at a point now where having these graphical capabilities that most people really could give less a crap about is hurting the development of games. So until you have the until you have people who can actually seriously notice the actual differences between 1080p and above, which most of the human population on this earth doesn't notice shit, it's all pointless.
Well, Linus, I think, explained it best. The refresh rate is kind of more important than the resolution in gaming. So,
well, it's not just that. One thing that I've learned over the years working with electronics is that at minimum, and this is at minimum, 25% of your population cannot differentiate between 1080p and above.
Well,
so people getting these super graphically capable computers and getting these 24-inch monitors, which a lot of people are doing, even if it's like a 36-inch ultra wide or something along those lines, is not actually benefiting anything from buying a $1,200, $2,000 graphics card to dump into their $2,000, $3,000 computer.
I got a 49-inch 4K.
You're most likely not even noticing the specific capabilities of your 4K.
That's okay. I'd still rather play at 4K, high optimized, ultra settings. Thank you. But anyway, Nvidia, their market took a plunge recently. When they gave out their numbers, they were, earning a couple billion less than they expected.
Billion?
Yeah, billion with a billion. And I said, boy, I wonder
a billion.
Why that could be. Well, might be. NVIDIA confirms RTX 2080 Ti problem. The same day one bursts into flames.
What?
Yeah, apparently one caught on fire.
Oh, don't be telling me that, man.
Hellfire and brimstone.
Yeah, so
I definitely didn't want to pay the bank for the Ti version because that shit's like $1,300, $1,400, you know.
Well, and they're out of fucking stock, and I'm just gonna wait till I either A, I can afford it, or B, they come in stock at a reasonable fucking price, or both. I don't know. But
I was told that the new driver updates fixed a lot of that stuff, so I downloaded the most recent one the other night. So we'll see. Hopefully mine will be good.
I want the shit. I want it bad, dog.
Yeah, did you tell Doug about what you got?
What I got?
Got a
Loving.
404 page. That's what he got.
Loving is what I got.
No,
Oh no,
he started his build.
He won't cry when his dog runs away. He don't get angry at the bills he has to pay.
Yeah. No, I bought a first part of my new computer build. I bought a motherboard. Asus. Let me pull it up since we're talking.
What kind of Asus you want? With the ROG board or?
Yeah, it's ROG. Hold on, dog.
Yeah, you went with the AMD X 399.
Dump that in the mod chat.
The what?
I can see it on the big screen. Big screen.
You can't see it on this? Hold on.
Unfortunately, due to my connection, I'm only seeing so much here. So.
Where the hell's the share button?
Hopefully, sometime soon I'll be able to at least get an iPad. That way, I'll be able to see things a little bit differently. So. I got a buddy of mine who may be getting rid of her older iPad, so I might be getting hooked up with an iPad.
Oh.
So.
Are you still holding out for Frank to give you his iBook?
I'm always holding out for someday Frank to give me the iBook.
Yeah, you're gonna be holding your breath.
Even if I gotta pay for it, I'll pay for it. I'm good with that.
I'll go down. I'll you know, I'm just not gonna give it to you there, Andy.
I ain't talking about giving it to me. I'm willing to pay a fair price.
Oh, I don't want to part with my dust collection.
You trace that dust collection to whatever hokey dokey Windows 7 PC you got laying around.
I don't got no Windows 7. Cute.
And Frank's like, I don't care if you're offering to buy me a 2080. I'm keeping that iBook.
Right. Hold on, let me go to my orders real quick and find the exact one I got because I can't remember if it's a refurb or not.
Or you could just check the page you bought it from.
That's my orders. Yeah, but see, I don't know which one I bought because there's like 10 of them on Amazon. Remember, we were talking about they got all different sellers selling them at inflated prices, and one's actually taking advantage of the Black Friday deals. Where the hell's? I thought there was a share option.
Well, while he's looking that up, I'll show you what my newest acquisition is. At least for now.
Yeah, are you done with your office yet or what, man?
Nope.
Just about done. Very, very close.
What'd you do?
Got a little Nook color here.
Oh, I got a Kindle.
This guy, I purchased this at the Salvation Army thrift shop for $25.
$25.
$25. But the thing was, it was rooted at the time. They had a hack. So I actually kicked it back to factory settings. It was initially my wife's, but I have inherited it because she uses her iPad more. So.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do with it?
I got like 156 books on here, bro. Come on now.
Oh, you actually bought a bunch of Nook books?
Dude, do you realize how many free books there are on the Nook store?
Oh, no.
Hundreds. I can tell you right now, if only you bought one of these, or if you bought like a Nook Simple Touch or something along those lines, and just went for free books, you would have your value in 10 minutes.
Wait, you read?
Yes.
Will you fag some? Learn that from Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have about 100, almost 200 books now.
Are they all the Project Gutenberg?
Yeah, Project Gutenberg something really good too. There's a I also, to my email every day, I get free ebook notifications. So whenever something goes free on Nook, Kindle, or Apple Books, I get an email about it.
Oh.
Hey Frank, you been reading any Isaac Asimov books lately?
I have pretty much all of them, but I haven't read a book in a while.
I mean, obviously they don't come out with new ones, right?
Well, I mean, I have a bunch, but I haven't read them. I've read a bunch because he had a lot of short stories. That I read through. I finished 2 of the 3 Richard Morgan books, which are the Alter Carbon. Which I'm surprised I don't have a link here.
I'm Richard Morgan.
Well, like you know how Alter Carbon came out, and I wondered if it was successful or not.
Yeah.
They're making an anime version of it on Netflix. Which I guess they can do.
The Prime X399 or the Strix X399.
I got the Strix, the ROGE gaming. The Prime didn't quite have as many features, and it didn't have an addressable RGB header, which is my main thing. The Strix had an addressable header, which I wanted to use for my water pump. But
you buy a...
Yeah, that is an EATX, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got 8 RAM slots, man. It's nice.
M.2. It's got a
you could put 128 gigs in there.
Yeah.
You think would you ever use that many gigs, Doug?
Well, you know what you do with that much RAM, Ian? You make a data disk or a RAM disk.
Yeah, you could actually just store like a whole video game on there, like a whole Fallout just in a RAM.
I mean, you can put stuff on it, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, there's a U.2 port on there for what the fuck ever reason.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. You want to say ray tracing is not implemented? U.2 is not. No one uses that. BIOS flash. It's got USB-C, not on just the rear I/O, but apparently there's a header, so I could, if I want to update my front I/O on my case for another $40 I can include a USB 3 port.
Hey, did they make with the addressable RGB stuff? Did they make like adapters you could plug into like the USB headers if you want to add that?
What?
Do they have like adapters you could get so you can put addressable RGB shit on your motherboard?
Oh,
like strips and stuff in your computer.
If your motherboard doesn't have it,
yeah.
Yes and no. You can buy it, but then you're limited to proprietary strips and fans. Like Corsair sells it, but it only supports their fans and like people.
Really?
I've seen there's articles where people have got them working with third party ones, but it involved a lot of wire solder and wasted fucking time. And you know me, I tinker. I saw it. I said, "Nah, it's too much fucking work." But yeah. So this is. I got this in the mail coming.
Sweet.
So boner.
Honestly, do you think you're gonna get? What do you think you're gonna get for Christmas?
Hopefully some Benjamins.
He's gonna get a 2 gig M.2 hard drive from his wife.
Well, I got a terabyte M.2 drive, but it's SATA. What I want is what I got, and I gotta put it in you.
Well, basically, he needs a processor now, RAM, and a cooler.
Cooler?
Which Frank's probably like, Hey, Ian, you still want to use that Kraken?
Kraken. Nah. Like, see here, I want this other Strix. I really want the TI, but not no $2,000.
I don't think you're gonna get that kind of Christmas money.
No. But, eventually it'll come down to where it's closer to MSRP. I can just upgrade.
Well, hey, I'm happy with the shit I got, man. It has a boost clock of 1890, so that's pretty good.
Boost.
Hello.
And $81 for expert installation.
I wonder if anybody pays for that shit, dude. Where it's like
No.
expert installation for a hard drive or
Yes. Now, have you guys heard about the movie Overlord?
I've heard of it, but not. I mean, anything.
what is that about?
Hold on.
I know of it, and I know the plot.
Overlord is the Call of Duty Zombies Wolfenstein movie you always wanted.
Weak.
Did you say weak or sweet?
Weak.
We've been hearing from some time now that Activision wants to get in the movie business with its Call of Duty franchise, although no plans have been solidified yet. And although Bethesda hasn't said anything, Wolfenstein would be an ideal fit for big screen as well, especially with a hard R rating. But in the meantime, Overlord is just the sort of film that'll fit the bill. A B-grade Nazi horror film with a whole lot of bloodshed and great use of war themes. So, yeah. I'll check that shit out.
Just like you check out Deadpool too.
No, like I check out your mom.
By the way, rest in oh shit, man. By the way, rest in peace, Stan. Right, Doug? Are you pretty sad?
What?
Rest in peace, Stan, I said.
Stan Lee.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you're about a week late on that, my man.
He's been holding on to that since last week.
Well, we didn't do a show last week, so but I mean, and you haven't been on the show for a while, so
yeah. Well, the unfortunate thing is you may have to get used to that because of what's next couple weeks of my life are going to be like.
What do you mean?
Retail. Yeah.
Yeah, this is when people buy shit.
Is it going to be like that South Park episode at the Xbox One and PS4? You saw that shit, didn't you?
I don't watch cable.
Stan was working at the mall.
I have not watched cable in years. Why? Because I don't have cable.
For years.
Well, can you at least back me up? Frank needs to watch that Deadpool 2 already, doesn't he?
Huh?
At least back me up. Frank needs to watch that Deadpool 2 already, doesn't he?
Yes.
Ian, how long did it take you to watch Pulp Fiction?
From when I heard about it to when I watched it?
No, Ian.
No, he's talking about me.
I was about to say, me was like 10 minutes, man.
I didn't know about it for a long time, so
when did you watch it?
I watched it earlier this year.
For the first time ever.
Yep.
Finally, we meet for the first time, for the last time.
But you knew about that shit before it came out, though.
I talked to a guy the other day. He said that his parents weren't even together when the first Lion King came out. It's like, you're a fucking child. Anyway, we're into my what the fuck stories here. So, NASA launching safety review of SpaceX because Elon Musk smoked pot.
Oh, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell is this dumb shit?
NASA has been specifically said that the review has to do with Musk's behavior. A spokesperson for the agency told the Washington Post the probe would ensure the companies are meeting NASA's requirements for workplace safety. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Well, he was on that I listened to the Joe Rogan interview.
You heard him smoke a doobie?
Yeah.
Dibby.
I know, and in this next article, I know Doug's going to love. It's essential to restore your headphone jack for $149.
Dude, who gives a fuck?
Did you say you would pay anything to put a headphone jack on a phone where it was painfully absent?
How much? $150. Bitch, the fucking adapter for your phone is like $30, and it comes with your fucking phone to begin with. What the hell?
Essential wants you to prove it. The startup has released its long-discussed magnetic headphone jack adapter, now called the Audio Adapter HD, for a staggering $149, nearly a third the cost of the Essential phone at its standard price. More than just a plug, of course, there's a built-in ESS Saber DAC, okay, and an audiophile-grade amp that together promises 24-bit 96 kilohertz audio for high-end headphones.
Can you charge while using it too?
I'm more inclined to wonder what kind of amp it's using, because the DAC, a Saber DAC, is a good DAC.
Oh, that's it. That's a good brand or whatever.
Type of DAC.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just as good as a headphone if it doesn't have a good amp. Because I mean, the DAC can be better, but if you're buying a thing with an amp in it, you're specifically probably going to have nicer headphones than earbuds.
Right.
But
it's funny hearing that Apple guy complain about the price or something.
Because when I pay for something, I pay for quality. I pay for quality and I pay for longevity because I know the shit's gonna work for a long fucking time. You're telling me that someone's gonna be like, oh, I'm going to put a headphone jack on your iPhone for $150. Something that comes free with your iPhone. And while we're on the subject of a headphone jack, if you really feel that strongly about putting a headphone jack on your new iPhone, there's a YouTube channel called Strange Parts that you can go to and see how someone did it in Shenzhen, China.
So I tested Amazon's super cheap microwave that you can talk to, and it's pretty darn good.
And this was a what the fuck article?
Amazon is now selling a $60 microwave that you can talk to through Alexa, as long as you already own an Amazon Echo speaker. That means you can ask it to cook your stuff instead of fiddling with microwave controls and digging through the cooking preset menus. It's good, and I think I'll replace the aging home microwave with it. The good. Look, I get how silly an idea this is. However, civilization becomes so lazy that we can't just tap a couple of buttons and cook a bag of popcorn. Yeah, maybe we have. At least if you're like me, you don't fancy yourself much of a conquistador of the kitchen. Is this Hot Pocket? What the fuck is that? So, yeah. I wouldn't mind having one I could talk to. It's an Amazon Basics.
Wow.
$60. There you go.
Doug, are you a big home automation guy? You want everything in your home connected?
Smart home.
No.
Be a smart ass home.
IoT.
The Internet of Things. And if I can break it.
am perfectly good on doing any of that dumb shit.
Well, it's like that commercial of that lady that she was screaming at the toaster.
My last what the fuck. Cards Against Humanity sells diamonds, TVs, actual money, and more for 99% off. Forget deep discounts on video games. Ignore the doorbuster ads for new TVs. That half price laptop you body slammed someone's grandma for, total ripoff. The best deals on Black Friday can't be had in stores. You can only find them in Cards of Humanity's latest publicity stunt. A ridiculous 99% off sale. One a 2015 red Ford Festiva with 25,000 miles on it. You got it, just 97.50.
Wow. What the
How
hell?
about a 1.5 carat lab grown diamond engagement ring as pictured above? That's just $32.15. Fine, we know what you really want. Bill Pullman's actual flight suit for the movie Independence Day, $39.95. Don't let this deal go quietly into the night. Okay, technically these deals are already all sold out, but they were all real and more deals are coming. At least that's what the company promises. All these products are actually available for 99% off. The site says if you purchase something, we will actually ship it to you. Card Against Humanity deals site 99%offsale.com puts up one ridiculously discount item every 10 minutes. So far, they've sold $20 bills for 20 cents. 17th century weaponry, ponchos, and a $34 85-inch Sony 4K Ultra HD Smart LED TV. Getting the deals isn't easy, though. In addition to beating other shoppers through the checkout process, you have to answer a question to prove you're not a robot. This isn't the first time Cards Against Humanity has pulled a ridiculous publicity stunt. It once turned into a potato chip company. Another time, it raised prices for Black Friday, charging customers $5 more for their card game than the normal price. Last year, the company allowed customers to donate to a fund that would exclusively pay for the digging of a giant hole in the middle of nowhere. That's Cards Against Humanity for you. So, yeah.
Wow.
Hey, here's a fantastic Black Friday deal for you, Frank.
Oh no.
This can go on your your dust collection.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is a computer, 1.83 gigahertz Intel Core Duo processor, 1 gig. That's a 512 megabyte sticks. A PC2 5300 at 667 megahertz DDR2 SODIMM, and it supports up to 2 gigs of RAM. 80 gig serial ATA hard disk drive that runs at 5400 RPMs. Has Intel Graphics Media Accelerator, 950 graphics with 64 megabytes of DDR2 shared memory for $69. How's that sound?
No, thank you. I think my watch has more power in it, and I don't even wear a watch.
That's a straight up good condition first generation Mac Mini from 2006 off of Mac of all trades.
Gotcha.
Did you buy anything for Black Friday, Doug?
No, I was working.
Well, I ordered my my thing from Amazon, so
Yeah. It just reminds me that it makes me want to watch that. You guys ever see that Jingle All the Way movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
1,000 years
Oh
ago.
hell no! Hell no! No chance in hell. Now here's a question for you though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that
Nope.
you get better deals on Amazon on Black Friday or Amazon Prime Day?
Probably Prime Day.
I don't know.
Everybody gets excited about that shit.
Yeah, well,
because
I mean, like,
it's
that's the
like
thing,
specifically Amazon.
Yeah, those are 2 days that are very heavy on online deals. Of course, not including Cyber Monday, and Lord only knows what Amazon's going to come up with for Monday.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do you get into the Cyber Monday shit?
So, what is your opinion on that?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you think what's gonna be better, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, or Amazon Day, or I mean Prime Day?
Prime Day, they have sales on a bunch of crap. Like, nothing good.
It's like just mainstream bullshit.
Oh my goodness. Oh
What?
my goodness. Whoo.
What?
That's actually a really good deal. I'm sorry, I just saw a fantastic Mac deal, and wow. A 2008 Mac Pro. It's a 2.86 hertz quad core Xeon processor. It's the E5462 Harpertown, 4 gigs of RAM. It supports up to 32 gigs, 320 gig serial ATA hard disk drive that runs at 7,200 RPMs, ATI Radeon HD 2600 XT graphics with 256 megabytes of GDDR3 memory for $300.
What would you use that for, though?
That would actually be a fantastic machine just for content creation, especially if you don't need anything in 4K, and I don't need anything in 4K, and a ton of people don't do 4K processing. That's still a Mac Pro. Tons of people still use those early Mac Pros for content creation and standard content creation, and also for their daily drivers. That would be a fantastic daily driver computer.
Compared to, so you think of that of 4-core content creation versus they have 32 cores now.
Still, I mean, when you have a unit that can do up to 32 gigs of RAM.
Oh, that goes up to 32.
Yeah, it goes up to 32, comes stock with 4 gigs. And the ATI Radeon HD 2600, looking it up now, that bad mamma jamma.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah,
that's pretty old.
Yeah, it comes stock with 2 DVI dual links, VGA, HDMI, and HD TV output. Interesting.
Well,
PCI Express by 16. It supports DirectX 10, which I'm a bigger fan of DirectX 10 than I am of DirectX 11. It's just me, though.
What about DirectX 12, though?
Fuck that.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if that could run like Premiere. It probably could do Photoshop pretty decent, but
you could also
it'd be a decent photo editing computer, probably.
Yeah. That's not honest. There is looks like there's something for Windows 10 for it if you wanted to sideload Windows 10.
Yeah. Well, besides, you get all that shit. You getting all that shit for free from your server guy.
Yeah, but he also doesn't deal too heavily in Mac parts. And the only thing I'm really missing currently, which I have to get inside those servers, I need for the servers that I have, I'm going to need 2 processors and probably about at least 8 to 16 gigs of RAM. So.
And that's for what? Doing a server or whatever?
Yeah.
Just jacking it.
Just jacking it.
Well, guys, it's almost 3 in the morning.
It is.
3 a.m. in the morning.
So let's get the fuck out of here. Play me off, Keyboard Cat. I mean, Ian.
Sure. Good old Sam Kinison.
Boops. Moobs.